Good morning, everyone. How are we doing? Impromptu early morning stream. It is 8 o'clock in the morning here in the UK. You turn down Skyrim a little bit. Let me know, guys, if the audio is okay. When I listened to my last stream, I feel like a compressor might have been a good idea for the mic, but given that it is 8 o'clock in the morning, despite how excited I am for Season of Discovery, I probably won't be as loud as I was whilst playing hardcore. Yes, 8 o'clock in the morning it is. I was out yesterday, I was working the day before, had no opportunity to play it. But today is day one for me, and I am ready. My body is ready, my mind is ready. But the problem is, I've still not decided what I want to play. There's so many options out there. Two-handed enhancement's going to be a thing in later phases. Pretty compelling, but I kind of also want a tank. We're going to do a guild, and I kind of want a tank in the guild. And also, I've got to think about the channel. It's a weird situation. Like, do I want to identify with the idea of being a shaman on the channel, or would I rather be some sort of creepy gothic undead warrior or rogue, like the edgy boy that I am? Difficult questions. I'd love to know what you guys are playing. Probably a lot of shamans. Imagine there are a lot of shamans and a lot of druids, and probably a lot of warlocks too. But we'll figure it out, because that's what we're here for today. Right. Ambresta says, sod hype, indeed, sir. The hype is absolutely real. The day of reckoning is upon us. Turn down the background volume, and let's get some WoW going. Right. I'm hoping that in a reasonable world, we won't have to worry about there being a queue at 8 o'clock in the morning. Let's see if that's the case, shall we? Wow, they locked Living Flame. That busy. Well, the server, if anyone's wanting to know, is going to be Chaos Bolt. I initially said it was going to be Crusader Strike, but somebody pointed out that not only is Crusader Strike likely to become Alliance dominated because, you know, it's called Crusader Strike, kind of tied to the Alliance, but also they released Chaos Bolt the next day, with the idea being that this will be an additional RP PvP server. It's not changed to that on the Realm Selector, but that's what I think we're expecting. So, Chaos Bolt it is. Yeah, Mark, I don't think I'll have that problem, because unless Asmon's decided to be an absolute mad lad and go on the EU servers, then yeah, I don't think we'll have a problem. Unless, now that I think about it, it does just say seasonal. Are the servers, are the mega servers like cross-continent as well? Are they like going down the private server route and having both EU, like NA, Oceanic players, all that on the same servers? Because that's mad if they are. I know if they've confirmed this and I've just been like living under a rock, please let me know. But my understanding was that it was that they were going with the traditional, like, you know, mega servers, but some on one side, some on the other. Yeah. Anyway, right. Let me change over here. I have my second monitor set up now, so I can actually, you know, stream like the pros do it. Transition. Right. You should be seeing the Game of Champions on your screen very soon, if you can. Let me I'm going to keep the Skyrim music going just for now, purely because I've got WoW's sound turned off. Once the sound comes back on, we'll sort it all out. But what are we going to play? I thought I'd go live a bit earlier than expected, just so that I could sort out the issue of what I'm going to play now. I'm not going to play Alliance, Ambresta. Not initially, anyway. I will obviously make an Alliance character at some point. I really want to play a Paladin. And annoyingly, despite the fact that I'm going to play Horde, Alliance is what I'm most excited for. Paladin is what I'm most excited for. That is the class that is just getting all the big wins for Season of Discovery. So yes, I will make a Paladin at some point, but we're going to main Horde side, and we're going to be Horde Chaos Bolt. So anyone wanting to know where the server is going to be and what we're doing, it's going to be Chaos Bolt Horde. So here are the options, the way I see it. Tim the Swede, good man, close friend, he's going to be playing an Orc Hunter. Okay. He's going to go full, you know, Zug Zug. So there's no chance that I'm going to be playing an Orc Hunter. I like Hunters, but no Hunter for this one. Out of the question. But potentially an Orc Shaman. You know, viable enhancement, both tank and DPS. Sounds really good to me. Two-handed enhancement later down the line. That sounds really good to me. So, difficult choices to be made. So that's one option. We could go full Hulk, full Zuggy Zug Zug. But there's also the dark side. And look, it's there, you know, it's there for starters. Undead Warrior, okay? Undead Warrior was my, like, go-to for a long time. Yeah, you've got the Rogue. Breakfast of Champions. Go with the Rogue. But there's something about an Undead Warrior, man. Like, the idea that you're surrounded by massive hulking Tauren and Orcs and Trolls. And I remember what really drew me to the idea of a classic Undead Warrior was I was watching a Swifty stream back in the days of Classic. And there was a battle that was raging, classic battle from Vanilla WoW. It was raging, and it was raging in the pass between Kargath and the route into, is it Deering Gorge? The one that Badlands butts up against? But it was that pass, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And it was the pass, and Alliance and Horde were fighting over it. And obviously you've got Swifty, he's on Alliance side. But I remember just seeing, in the midst of the carnage, there was just this one lone undead warrior. And it was like one of those moments where you just see something and you think, that's badass. He's surrounded by these massive dudes. But he's just like a little skeletal knight. Two-handed sword. He had a tier 2 helmet on with a big blade on it. Blade mohawk. And it just looked crispy. It just looked really cool. Plus, if we're going to do the community guild, warrior is it's a strong one, isn't it? Strong choice. And Brester says, for me, I like Undead Warrior, as lore-wise it makes sense, as a Forsaken would need to know how to fight just to keep on existing. That's true, but at the same time, you know, a lot of these different races don't just use strength at arms, right, to defend themselves, do you know what I mean? Like, if you went and looked at Blood Elves, for example, being like a traditional warrior isn't their strength, is it? It's being like a mage, or being a hunter, that kind of thing. Same with the Night Elves. But at the same time, I love the idea of a guy who was like a knight of Lordaeron, maybe even like a paladin. Then he died, and he didn't have the ability to call on the shadow. He wasn't a mage or anything like that. He was just a noble, heroic, honourable warrior. And when he died, all he had was his strength at arms. That's all he had left. You know what I mean? So, I'm kind of tempted. It's just, gear looks a little bit bad on them, let's be honest. What do you think? Orc Shaman or Undead Warrior? I know what Ambrest is thinking. And of course, the other big question is, now that I've declared that it's going to be Chaos Bolt Horde, is the name going to be safe? That's the other big question, is the name safe? Because you never know. You never know if somebody's faking it. Whilst we're doing this, I'm going to set up my go-to undead appearance. So we want this goofy face like he's just sniffed a bad fart. We want rid of that. There's a really badass looking one. It's this one here, I think. There's the face that we're going to go with. Go Warrior, says Mark. For me, I like the idea that a warrior was just a normal human peasant, and all he knows how to do is fight with basics to keep on not getting purged. Well, that doesn't sound too cool, does it? Let's be honest. Just being a normal human peasant who has to fight because otherwise you'd be getting purged. But I get what you mean. I get what you mean. There's certainly a theme going. Oh well. Chat has chosen. Let's make him look cool. I always go with either this hairstyle or like the long hairstyle, this one. We're not going with green hair though. We're going to go with like maybe white or blonde hair. I kind of like the idea of that. Like in life he looked like Arthas, and now he's just, you know, goblin looking fellow. Radu, we are going to be on Chaos Bolt Horde. I was going to go on Crusader Strike, so apologies to anyone who saw the initial post on YouTube, but we're going to go Chaos Bolt Horde side. So I think that Crusader Strike is going to end up being like Alliance dominated. I reckon anyway. Could be wrong, but that's my view. I'm not going to go as a troll priest. I think Priest is the class that I have the least knowledge of and the least interest in. Shadow Priest looks good, but my girlfriend's going to be getting into WoW for the very first time, and she's going to play an Undead Mage, which I think is a pretty fucking hardcore first choice. So big up to her for that. Yeah, so if you are going to play Horde, either main or even if you're just having an alt on Horde, get yourselves onto Chaos Bolt. I will make a guild. I don't know if it'll be in this stream, depends how far we get, but at some point there will be a guild. What do we think about this look, guys? Do we think we look kind of cool, or do we need to change it up a little bit? Oh, I'm really sorry, Radu. I know, like, it's totally my fault as well. That guy did me in the legs on the post. He was a dude who was like, why are you going on Crusader Strike when they've just opened up Chaos Bolt? And I was like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea, actually. I'm really sorry about that, mate. If you want to make an alt, like, there's no need for you to then, like, re-roll your main character onto Chaos Bolt. But if you do want to make an alt, just to, like, hang around or whatever, do some dungeons, just feel free. The good thing about Season of Discovery is that, 1, we all want to try all these different classes, and 2, the level cap's 25, so you can do it all in a couple of days, right? I'm going to be blitzing Shadowfang Keep on my Undead Warrior very soon, which is going to be super fun. Did you guys see this the SFK video, by the way? I hope you enjoyed it. I think everyone's too busy playing the game. Like, these videos I'm putting out are getting like a couple hundred views. I think it's because everyone's too busy playing Season of Discovery. Either that or they're bad, but, you know, I trust you guys to tell me the truth. Right, let's finish making this guy. Do we want to have any weirdness? I don't know if we do. I like to keep my undeads fairly reasonable. I mean, like, no one wants to play this. No one wants to level to 60 to play a guy that looks like this. You know? Straight out of Hellraiser. And Bresta, I was the same when I started playing Alliance on my classic playthrough, and I felt really better for it, because things were fresh. They truly were fresh. It was a great experience playing Alliance for the first time in like 10 years. So maybe you'll feel the same way playing Horde for the first time. Guys, by the way, is the microphone quality decent? Have we got like a reasonable quality of sound? If I sound as well like I've suddenly aged 10 years and become way more masculine, I haven't. I just was out with some friends last night and had quite a few rums, so yeah, the inner English pirate is coming out. I feel like sailing the high seas and carrying off Spanish ships of war and stuff like that. But anyway, I digress. I think we're going to go with this. I think this is our man. Hollow chest though we might have, I think that this is our guy. Just one other thing. Cheers for that, Mark. I'm glad that the audio's fine. The thing about streams is that you can adjust them on the fly, so there's that. This hairstyle's kind of cool too. Kind of look a bit like Conrad Kurz, but with blonde hair. Warhammer fans, you understand. Right, we'll go with this. Right, doing it, committing. We've got our name, we've got our character. Here we are. Here we are, boys. We've committed. The adventure starts very soon. And to commemorate it, got myself that monster. Oh, that's the sound of champions. Give me that sweet chemical energies. Let's do it, boys. Let's do it. Let's do it for the Banshee Queen, eh? Right. Let me turn off the Skyrim, as it is. Pause that for now. And let's turn on the sound. Right. I think that sound should be good. Let me know if you can't hear anything before we get in. We are going to be taking our time with this. I know that we think that mainly the questing experience will be the same as it was back in the day, but I have a sneaky suspicion, based on that final Platinum WoW video that they did, that there will be some extra stuff thrown in that we aren't aware of. I am expecting some secret quests, some secret mobs, or at least I'm looking out for it. So we will be reading quest text, we will be exploring, and we will be gathering those runes. Adventure is about to begin. Malindalf is a really cool name, Ambresta. Is that like obviously the last part I'm thinking Gandalf, right? But I'm also thinking Norse mythology, elves, stuff like that. Is Malindalf, is that Does it come from that? Is it that sort of thing? Right. Let's do it. We're going. We're in.
Bound to the iron will of the tyrant Lich King, the vast undead armies of the Scourge seek to eradicate all life on Azeroth. Led by the Banshee Sylvanas Windrunner, a group of renegades broke away from the Scourge and freed themselves of the Lich King's domination. Known by some as the Forsaken, this group fights a constant battle, not only to retain its freedom from the Scourge, but also to slaughter those who would hunt them as monsters. With Sylvanas as their Banshee Queen, the Forsaken have built a dark stronghold beneath the ruins of Lordaeron's former capital city. This hidden
you boys don't mess around.
Forms a sprawling labyrinth that stretches beneath the haunted woods of the Tirisfal Glades. Though the very land is cursed, the zealous humans of the Scarlet Crusade still cling to their scattered holdings, obsessed with eradicating the undead and retaking their homeland.
Scarlet Crusade raid when?
Convinced that
Max
the primitive races of the Horde can help them achieve victory over their enemies, the Forsaken have entered an alliance of convenience. Harboring no true loyalty for their new allies, they will go to any lengths to ensure their dark plans come to fruition. As one of the Forsaken,
guys,
you
I'm so ready.
must massacre any who pose a threat
I
to
have
the new
waited
order,
years for
human,
this.
undead, or otherwise.
There is a video that I made on my channel back in 2021 about the idea of Classic Plus. And if you ask anyone who knows me, they will tell you that I have been desirous of Classic having extra content for like a long time. Your boy Vulgrin started in the Burning Crusade, so I missed the boat with Classic, but I did experience that old style era of WoW, right? And I started playing on vanilla private servers 10 years ago, when we had 10 years of it. Yeah, Ambresta, Chaos Bolt, that's where I want to see you guys. Okay, let's make sure that we've got our little bits of admin sorted. I don't really like this newfangled option screen interface. Right, we want enemy unit name frames on. Turn that off for a video that I did. Instant quest text, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Always show rune icon. Always show the rune icons on equipment instead of only when the rune menu is open. Okay. Alrighty then. Martin Mosk started on Crusader Strike as well, but would re-roll if you're a creep for your kill. I feel like I really did mess a few people over, and it's not even April Fools. We're months away from it. Martin, we will be going on Chaos Bolt. I am locked in now. I'm leveling as we speak. If you want to have an alt or if you want to re-roll, that is absolutely your choice. I'm not asking anyone to re-roll characters they're already starting to get close to. But we will be playing on Chaos Bolt. We will have a guild. We will have a lot of fun, so feel free to come and join. Right, let's do it.
Hello.
Hello. About time you woke up. We were ready to toss you into the fire with the others. It looks like you made it. I am Mordo, the caretaker of the Crypt of Death Knell. You are the Lich King's slave no more. Speak with Shadow Priest Sarvis in the chapel at the base of the hill. He will tell you more of what you must know.
Victory for
if you guys ever want to do voice acting as an undead, the first thing you should do is go out and have a night on the town. Have quite a lot of rums and stuff like that, and your voice will suddenly turn into that of the living dead. It's weird when you say you can't see me, Ambresta. I'm assuming you mean that you can't see my character when you slash who me, rather than you can't see the screen or anything like that. I can't see you either. I'm just trying to slash who you, but yeah. SOD hype indeed, Ted. SOD hype indeed, my friend. Welcome to the stream, guys. We're about to have some fun. Believe me, we're about to have some fun. Ah, my favourite starting zone in what is the beginning of the classic WoW era. A classic plus era, I should say. Got so many cool dudes around. I love the thought of knowing that we're going to pass people now who might turn into legends of the game in the months to come. And I will be chronicling it all. It's partly why I wanted to go as an undead instead of a shaman, because, you know, orcs can't.
Victory for Sylvanas.
We Forsaken are at war with the Lich King's army of the Scourge, necromantically raised armies of foul and dead beasts of the north, tormented spectres. The northern part of the village has become overrun with the mindless ones, and they must be destroyed. Destroy them. Show them no mercy. Our former brothers and sisters they might be. Fallen are nothing but the Lich King's slain. Love it.
Goodbye.
You know, this is what World of Warcraft is, okay? There's a bit of hardcore steel running up the center of this game. Yeah, no, Martin, I can imagine the hype was killing. I'd like made plans like well in advance of knowing the release date of this, like knowing it was coming out, because we had less than a month and I couldn't get out of them. So the plan today, by the way, boys and girls, is that we will stream basically all morning. Then I have to take Louisa to a work Christmas do. Then I'm going to come back. I'm going to do some more streaming if the dog will allow me to. And then I'll pick her up. Then we'll come back and I might do some more streaming. We'll see. And then tomorrow I'm going to do some more streaming. And then the day after I'm going to do some more streaming. And I'm going to crush it because we're here. Season of Discovery is upon us. Ted, we're on Chaos Bolt. Board side, obviously. And depending on whether or not you're EU or NA, might cause a problem with that. I'm assuming that when they've said they're doing the mega servers, they're doing EU and NA mega servers. Because that would just be silly. Anyway, let's go kill some zombies. The best thing about being a warrior is knowing that you start off as just like a novice who's barely picked up a sword, and then within a few short days and weeks, become a Giga Chad. Oh, you're NA. Oh, that's probably why you can't see me. I'm not sure. I'm assuming that Chaos Bolt is not. Yeah. You're in Living Flame EU. That's totally fine, Ted. Obviously, like, you know, play on whatever server you want to play on. If you do want to make an alt or whatever, obviously, the benefit of Season of Discovery is that we can do that. There's no, like, real pressure when the level cap's only 25 and there's loads of classes that everyone wants to try out. Water? Who needs to drink water when you're a raged, confused warrior? Got no interest in water. Disgusting. Yeah, so once again, guys, if you are EU side and you are interested in playing with yours truly, that's how many of you wouldn't. I've been known to be questionable when it comes to my gameplay over the years, not having any gameplay showing, etc. You know the score. Loot hype. Just got myself the fat, flimsy chain braces. Ooh, look at this. I love the panel. Very classic. This parchment vibe. Okay, good start. Yeah, so what I'm saying there, guys, is that if you are just coming to the stream, we are on Chaos Bolt EU. My voice didn't give it away. I am EU. I know we English folk sometimes pretend that we aren't Europeans. So yeah. Come on then, guys, I've asked the question. What are you actually playing? You all know what I'm playing now. What are you going with? We got any paladins in the chat? Got any shamans in the chat? Because I am aware of the fact that by going warrior, I'm kind of going one of the boring options, right? It doesn't seem to me that like warriors getting anything particularly interesting. But what matters to me is that as somebody who really loved tanking as a warrior back in Warlords of Draenor of all times, one thing that I didn't like about tanking warrior in vanilla was that I feel like tanking in vanilla it just feels a bit different. It feels like involved. That's just my view. It might be on the backside there, but I think that the runes might make the tank feel a little bit more interesting. And if I don't make it, there's always two quite crispy DPS specs. Warrior's probably the only class in the game that I can think of where I like all three specializations. This kid says human paladin here. My very first character was a human paladin. I've told this many times. Back in the Burning Crusade. Probably my most cherished character to me. Mark is a Night Elf rogue on an Aussie server. Hey, Mark. Classic choice, my friend. Classic choice. Did you name them Illidan or some version of it with weird accents on the eyes? Because if you didn't, then you're not playing the classic game, my friend. There's only one way to do a classic WoW Night Elf rogue. All of you playing Alliance, and all of you playing either on NA or Oceania. I bet there's some absolutely legendary tales that are on the academic servers for Season Discovery. You guys have like just the wackiest stories. Like I said in my hype video for the release, the plan is that I'm going to chronicle the Season of Discovery. Kind of like, I always talk about him on my videos. I sound like a massive fanboy, and I guess I am, but kind of like Frederick Wilson down the rabbit hole. If you've seen, he did a 5.5-hour video talking about EVE Online and the culture of EVE, and it was like telling the story of the game to its players. And when I first started doing this style of content on my channel, that's what I wanted to do. I don't want to be like some big dude who, you know, directs stuff. I kind of want to be the guy that observes stuff. I want to be the witness, bearing witness to the stories of the age of discovery. Like a scribe, like a medieval chronicler, do you know what I mean? That's the vibe. That's what we're going for. But I also like fighting. I like hunting, and I like fishing. That sort of thing. Baldy is here. Not using Questy. God, that must be rough later on. Dude, I'm open to add-ons, but I do keep my vanilla / classic WoW experience pretty bare bones. How much do you guys want to bet that one of the rooms is going to be in Nightweb Hollow? The cave here. Guarantee that one of the first rooms is going to be there. I cannot wait to start like gearing up this character. This is one of the main reasons why I wanted to play a warrior. Let me know if the issue. The stream says that I've got excellent connection, so I'd be really surprised if it is the stream. But please let me know if there's an issue, because everyone's running on the spot here. Try and reload, if that helps. I'm a bit confused. Let me check Streamlabs. Yeah, everything seems to be fine on my side. Uh-oh. Latency just went really bad. Baldy says, I respect that, buddy. I'm level 11 on a human priest. It's good to feel like I'm a lot slower at leveling compared to everyone else. Yeah, you know, you've got to feel like you've got that slow build. That's what the game's all about. I don't know what's going on here, and I don't know whether it's me or the server. I'm assuming it's the server because YouTube is telling me I've got an excellent connection, which I hope is a good thing. And I'm still getting updates and stuff like that. So, yeah. Might try logging out and in. So, bear with 1 second. Just in case the login details come on screen, I'll just pop the break room all on. And try logging back out and in. Server lag has been a problem. Right, okay, well, as long as it's not me, then we're okay. Obviously, it's going to cause a bit of an issue, but this is Blizzard, isn't it? But what I'll do, guys, is we've been going for... How long have we been going for? We've been going for about 40 minutes, just under 40 minutes. Stream seems okay so far. Before the EU maintenance, there was lag issues in game. It seemed to be fine after that. Okay, guys. Well, obviously we can't do anything whilst everyone's doing the moonwalk. So I'll pop the break room screen on, and take yourselves a couple of minutes. Go and have coffee. Go and do whatever it is you do wherever you are, and I'll pop back in 2 seconds, and hopefully it will have rectified itself, and Blizzard will have sorted their lives out. So give yourselves 5 minutes, guys, and we will continue the adventure. I'll pop the Skyrim back on. Okay, I've reloaded and everything seems to have sorted itself out, so we'll just go back into it. Let me just make sure that we've got the screens set up properly, and let's do that. And there we go. It's just, I exited the game, came back into it, right? And now there were like 10 times as many people running around. This is awesome. This reminds me of what it was like when I first played Nostalrius back in like 2015, March 2015, I think it was. It was like this. There was a few more people, to be fair, the good old Nost, but it was like this. It was heaving. This is what I want to see. Somewhere amongst this, there might be the heroes that will carry the horde to victory. But we need one more mindless zombie. There you are, sir. I must kill you for the Dark Lady. Sorry about the technical difficulties there, guys. I can't really do anything about it when it goes as well. But what are you going to do, eh? At least I know that my connection's great, because that means that we can sort out the problems that are mainly going to be an issue for us. I can imagine it was crazy, Mark. I can imagine it was. And when you consider that this is like the day after launch, it's nuts. Props to Blizzard, though, by the way, for actually making the launch a reasonable time for a change. Like, almost always when they launch something new, I think, like, for example, it was either Dragonflight or Classic... It was either Classic Wrath, Dragonflight, or Hardrock. The launch time was like 11 PM EU time. Like 11 PM UK time, which means midnight EU. And I get that they do it for the US players, and that's totally fine, but it's making like 9 PM. It's still going to be like late afternoon in East Coast US. Right, get some better cloak. Okay, let's do it. Let's get my undead voice back on. It's starting to just become a voice of a man who's got a slightly bad cold at this point. Right, okay, here we go. Simple scroll.
The living.
I'll read out the warrior trainer.
Remember,
And we need to kill the
patience,
skeletons.
discipline.
Kill the skeletons and
What is it?
get some dustback wings. Okay, here we go. Simple scroll. For a simple man. Go. Many of our kind resort to the arcane and divine as a means to give themselves strength. But we know better, don't we, warrior? We know that our weapons are our holy symbols. Our shield is our spellbook, and our mail is our wisdom. Even in undeath, we are strong, and we will only become stronger. Find me in the inn in Deathnell. I will speak to you more of these matters, and other things. And I'll Stern, warrior trader. Yes, sir. I love it. That's the idea of the undead, summarized, okay? We are strong now, but we will only become stronger. The undead, the idea of the undead is that you're basically like Guts from Berserk. Sounds like kind of a strange thing to say, but hear me out. The whole idea is that you start off and you're alright, but you just won't stop. You will just get stronger and stronger.
What would you ask
Relentless.
of death?
Nothing will stop you. Ah, so you've arrived. Good. I overheard that a few others were able to escape death and were heading into town. Perhaps that resilience will pay off in the future also. You may thank Sylvanus for your freedom. Freedom of mind and body. Though you still remain tortured by the plague and its effects, you are now free to come and go as you see
Trust
fit.
no one.
I will be here to train you as you grow in experience. Find me as often as you like. I charge a minimal fee, but you'll find everything I can teach you to be worthwhile. Go now, test your skill. Many more things will become known to you, gain experience, some of which I am unable to discuss with you here. Just know that Sylvanus will need warriors with your type of strength in the future. It will be the backbone of our salvation. Do not forget it.
Farewell.
How good is the writing?
Beware. Our enemy is abound.
Rule number 1. Getting it as a quest reward. Okay, that's interesting. The Dark Lady's warriors have much to teach you, but you must also seek out new techniques on your own. Another warrior recently ventured north into Nightweb's Hollow. He was experimenting with engraving mystical runes onto his equipment to improve his combat prowess. I suspect he was overwhelmed by the spiders infesting the mine. Find the rune among their webs. Learn this technique for yourself. Love it. A quest. A class quest to get the rune. This is what I have asked for. We are getting class quests, however small, to get runes. That's a great sign. This, like, I cannot express how important it is for the game. They have put class quests in like this. This is a small little thing to get a rune by hunting through some spider webs. And it might be the same for other classes as well, right? But that is a really, really good feature. Because that means what's going to happen at level 60? Yeah? Are we going to get a Whirlwind Axe quest at level 60? For a rune? And a weapon to go along with it? Maybe. Just saying. Just saying. Don't want to get a bit too carried away, guys, but I'm starting to get a little bit curious, a little bit interested, if you hadn't guessed. I should have probably picked up Charge there, shouldn't I? Or Battle Shout, whichever one it is. Getting carried away. Getting carried away with the fun times. And I'm so glad that I can share it all with you, honestly. Streaming is new, it's new to me, but I definitely think that it just makes the game feel so much better. Sharing your enjoyment with other people, and that's just the best thing.
I have exactly what you
acid that we
need.
don't need. Right, where are we? Over here.
This had
Give me
better
spells.
be good.
Battle Shout. I always put Battle Shout. Oh, I should probably put this. I always put Battle Shout bound to Shift 1, which might sound insane to a lot of people out there, but you've got to remember that I'm left-handed, and my right hand is like all the way over the left side of the keyboard, which is why when somebody asked me, why aren't you using the number pad on the right, it's because my hand is like 5,000 miles away from it. That's why. Ooh, runes have their own tab. Interesting. Let's go, let's kill. Crush, kill, destroy. Rattlecage skeletons. What I need. God, there's so many mages and warlocks. I don't know whether or not to be a little bit dismayed or kind of feel cool that I'm the only warrior I'm seeing here. I have not seen another warrior anywhere. Let's go kill the dust bats first and get this rune. Sounds like a good idea to me. Love the ambience. Just love stuff like this. Like if I was hired by Blizzard, like I would just love to do stuff like this. You know, get into Blender or whatever they use. Probably have, well, they will have built-in in-house tools, but you know, just set up scenes like this. You know, somebody say, make me a creepy undead camp with some weird, you know, weird skulls and stuff like that. A box. Love to see it. When I was a kid, I used to play around in the Morrowind creation kit, making houses and stuff like that. Let's do it. do it. Right, Dustback pelts, Dustback wings, and Dustback paws and scavenger paws. When I play an undead, one of my favourite things is it makes me think about the human campaign from Warcraft 3. And I think that how similar early WoW, particularly vanilla, but also the Burning Crusade, is to Warcraft 3. It's incredible. Awesome, how similar they are. Raid gloves, I'll take them. Thank you. I'm just gonna kill anything that I see. It's free XP, right? Free real estate. Right. Let's go into the hollow. Learn spell, engrave gloves. Victory. There's guys everywhere. I love it. I love to see it. What's that? Is that? Go in the cove. Fuck. Melandra. I love it. That's a really good name for an undead. Whoever you are, really good name. Melandra. Kind of like Milady, but undead. Melandra. Right, we need to explore these, don't we? Oh. Surely we can. Surely we can. At level, whatever we are. Level 6. Why not die at level 10? Barely. And the best thing about Warrior, the more we fight, the more wage we get. Hey, Brexaboo, how you doing, man? The adventure begins, my friend. If you are wanting to join us, a lot of people have been asking, we are on Chaos Vault. And if you have a Chaos Vault on the NA side, we are on Chaos Vault EU. I love it when you get enough rage that you can just blast Heroic Strike over and over and over again. Dude, I've only been playing for literally about 20 minutes. You're not missing anything. Ooh, there's a well here. I bet that is for one of the other rooms, for another class. Which is a cool idea, so. Everyone is doing these, trying to group up and stuff. Love to see it. Okay, we need webs. We need webs to find the rune that our fallen comrade was tossing around with. I'm assuming it's deeper into the mine. I'm seeing webs. Oh, I do love Warrior. I'm so glad that we love Warrior. I won't grow tired of Warrior, that's the thing. Next class that we do will probably be Shaman then. Or maybe Paladin. To be fair, Paladin's a good shout. All of you waking up and joining the stream, thank you very much for coming along. Very good to see you, very good to have you. I couldn't be happier to be sharing this adventure with you all. We are searching for the first warrior rune, which grants us Victory Rush, which is pretty big, not gonna lie. Seeing a lot of warlocks here. The great thing about this is that I'm wondering, you know, what are other players looking for here? You know, are they looking for their runes? Oh, sorry, clicked off screen. Where's the web as well? I can understand why people use Questy, because this could get a bit annoying. Is it just a case of, like, killing them? I have to do, so I only have a level 6 undead priest as well. I can imagine it's quite difficult to level for those of you who tried to do it on launch. Hey, grouping up. See, we're not even doing the quest to kill. We just want the bloody thing. Like, I'm just looking for. I'm looking for my rune. Let's read it again. The lost rune. Find the rune hidden in Nightweb's hollow. Use it to learn a new technique and report back to Dan or Stern. Is it selling stuff? Oh, lost stash. Is it that? No, it can't be that. It's something else going to be. Or maybe it is. This is so cool. Like, this is stuff that's not in the game. Like, this is new stuff. Rune of Victory Rush. There we have it. Okay, so we learn it. And I'm assuming once we've got it, we can engrave it onto anything, right? So, like, if I engrave this onto here, I don't have to rebuy it or anything like that. But we're soon find out, because I don't really want to engrave something with Brave's gloves when he's going to give me gloves, so I'll hold off for it. I'll hold off. Delayed gratification, my friends. What it's about. Right. Okay, right, let's go. It was the idea that this was going to be RP PvP and then they changed it. Is that the situation? Because my understanding was that it was RP PvP. So that's a bit strange, but I don't mind too much. Okay, I'm going to leave this group because I'm not even doing this quest yet. Let's go and get the Victory Rush rune engraved, and then we can come back. Oh, I'm gonna have so much fun doing this. So we're at close to 9 o'clock. I can probably stream for another 2.5 hours, and then I'm gonna have to take Louisa out, my girlfriend, take her out into town. Then I can come back, and I can probably stream for at least another 2 hours. I am going to stream all day. I'm gonna stream this game all day long, and I'm gonna love it. And I love the idea that some of you, you might be getting up, going about your business, might not be able to stay, and there'll be people coming in. When the NA boys wake up, and the EU boys wake up as well. Right. Well done, Volgrin. Applying that rune to your equipment will grant you powerful new abilities. There are many such runes throughout Azeroth. Seek them out as they will help you on
Watch your back.
Yes, indeed. Right. Boom. Victory Rush added. Okay, so can we just drag the ability off here then? No, we can't. It just come up in the spellbook then. Ah, it comes with the runes thing. Okay. Hear me out. It might sound strange. We're going to put it here in the D slot. This is because there's method to the madness. When I was first learning to play WoW, the guy that taught me how to play it was a top EU, top 20 arena player in threes on a road called Toxic. He was fantastic, and he very quickly told me to rebound the AS and D keys because you don't need to turn or walk backwards. Bad, silly. You just need Q, W, and E. You just need to strafe and go forward and use the mouse. So my AS and D are rebound, and I've always used my D. Always used my D for Victory Rush. So yeah. Right. Let's check the chat. Baldy is here. When you call yourself Baldy is here, dude, you make me think that you are secret Asmongold. And I can tell that that's not you. But it makes me think for a minute that Asmon's in the chat. He is a fan of the channel, or at least he was. So, makes me so happy to see so many players around the starting zones. Couldn't imagine playing retail so full of life on here, even if you do have to fight over mobs. Yeah, and people want to group up here. People will want to play together. People will want to have big battles in Ashenvale, because that's vanilla. Vanilla can't exist without that social interaction element. It's part of what the game is. And it's part of what makes it timeless. If you look at the games, the older MMOs, which are still doing really well now, games like EVE, games like Lord of the Rings Online, games like World of Warcraft Classic, it's because they center around social interaction. The strength of an MMO is the fact that you get to play the game with other people and make emergent player content, original content by the players that they make for themselves, arranging big battles, arranging, the hardcore tournaments, stuff like that. Hardcore Classic exists for this reason. It exists because players designed it, essentially. And that's what makes MMOs so good. What annoys me is, I can understand why people want to be able to solo stuff. We don't all have that much time to play games. But ultimately, at the end of the day, an MMO's strength comes from that social interaction. It comes from the fact that it's massively multiplayer online. Play to the strength, dude. You know what I mean? It would be like having a role-playing game where you only had a choice of like 2 different characters. Why would you do that? Why are you limiting the strength? And I would argue with MMOs it's even more of a thing, because they are inherently online. It's not like you can play around with how you do it. Like if you're making an MMORPG, you are online, so make the most of that. That's just my view anyway. Although I must say that running out of mobs is a thing, especially with so many warlocks and priests running around. So many warlocks here, but I shouldn't be too surprised, right? I'm surprised, although there's one there, that there aren't so many rogues here. Well said, and so, and no, I'm afraid not, Asmongold, although I have got that from many players, as it is my car name. I choose it because I shaved my head at 18, and when going to parties, people would say, Baldy is here. Love it. Are you NA, Baldy? Are you NA, or are you EU, or are you... Yeah, dude, I love it, you make your own. It's awesome to shave your head at 18, man. I, last year, grew my hair for the first time. And, unlike Asmongold, I have, you know, flowing, thick chestnut locks, or I did. But, I ended up cutting it, and it's honestly the worst decision of my life. It takes you, like, a year and a half to grow long hair as a dude. And then when you get rid of it, oh my god. Oh, it's like cutting off a limb. I'll never ever do that again. Like, if I ever get to do this full time, right, and I don't have to worry about, you know, dress code for work stuff and things like that, because my work it's very strict with this sort of thing. If I do this full time one day, first thing I will do is grow out my hair like some sort of like ancient Anglo-Saxon warlord. Absolutely will. Like, if I don't look like a dude straight out of Rohan, then I'm not doing it right. EU, got the weekend off, so stayed up too late to reset my sleep pattern. Fair enough, man. I haven't done that since I was in university. That used to be my strange scientific way of sorting my sleep out, would be do an all-nighter to reset my sleep pattern. And almost always what would end up happening is I'd get to like 5 in the morning, crash, and then waking up like later in the afternoon anyway. Yeah. Yeah, bags, need it. Small back pouch. Oh, we did need it. We really did need it. I wonder how much faster the leveling would be. We didn't have to worry about all of these people. But this is so good to see, right? It's so cool seeing all these people here. Right, I think we're going to stick and just finish killing the wolves. But the wolves are everywhere on this side, aren't they? So you just grow a big beard. Love it, man. Grow a big beard. That's the one thing that I can't do. I've grown beards before, and it's not like I can grow a bad beard. It's more that it's so difficult. Like, with long hair, it's difficult too, but beards, man, they get so itchy until they get to the length where they're not itchy anymore. It's a struggle. Although right now, crazy as it sounds, I've got a mustache. I've got a full-on Dr. D, like, to disrespect mustache going on, which is pretty wild. I grew it because Louisa and I went to like this Victorian reenactment town. As you can imagine, coming from Englandshire, we have a lot of these things because we absolutely love the Victorian period, right? And we got to like dress up as Victorians and take like an old school photo shoot, like black and white photography with a massive box camera from the Victorian period. And I decided it would be cool to like grow my mustache and like shave everything else and just have this mustache for the photo shoot. And I thought, you know, this is going to look goofy as hell. It's going to look really funny. And we came away from it, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to shave. And she was like, nah, I kind of like the mustache. Fair enough. Hey, gotta do what the lady wants, right? So here we are. Fulgrim has a mustache now. Right, okay. How far off are we from getting all of these scavengers done? You guys are taking your time. 100% drop rate by the looks of it, though, at least. We're not talking about zebra hooves, if you guys know what I mean. Killing a creature that has 4 hooves, and you have to kill about 400 of them to get 4 hooves. Where's the logic there? Something tells me we were just putting these poor beasts out of their misery, considering that they didn't have 1 hoof between 40 of them. Where are these scavengers? I think we've hunted them to extinction. Proper vanilla style. Come on. Come on, Wolfie. Come on. Ah. Well, we're getting our steps in at least. We will not be an undead warrior lacking in stamina. Don't forget to don't forget to moisture. That really helps with the itchiness. Anyway, great to chat and I'll catch up with you after. The missus wants to take over the telly. Take care for now. Hey Baldy, it's been great having you here, man. Hope to see you in the next stream. Really good talking to you, man. Have a nice day. Guys, where is this thing? Yeah, they attack you with their hooves and that way most get ruined. That is a good shout. I like the logic there. I like the roleplay logic for Exabo. Very astute observation. Come on, like... Dudes. Rincewind. What a fantastic name. Rincewind is a reference to The Colour of Magic by Terry Pratchett. And that's awesome. Rincewind is a wizard in The Colour of Magic by Terry Pratchett, which is a great book that anyone who loves fantasy should really read. So, yeah. Very, very cool name, you're undead mage. I mean, Rincewind is basically like a little gnomey guy, so, I mean, could have gone better with your choice of race, but very cool. Good choice, dude. Where are these damned wolves at? Where are these wolves at, for real? We are not getting out of Brill, are we? We are bottlenecked. Keep your eyes peeled, guys. We're tangling with mages and people who have abilities to pull things. Yeah, no worries, Baldy. I got what you were saying, mate. Enjoy yourself. Have a good one. Right, I'm gonna pause in the wolf hunting for now. Let's pause the Arthur Morgan behaviour. Let's go and kill some skeletons, because my god. Wow! This is what happens. All the EU guys are up. I should have started the stream at like 6 AM. Oh! Kill him! Kill him! There we go. I'm gonna be fighting over these skeletons all day long. Oh no, not the collect supplies quest, dude. I can imagine the Scarlet quest as well, where you've got to kill that guy who has the note. You know, the Scarlet Commander at the camp. I can imagine that's bottleneck to hell. Well, yeah, there's no reason why we can't group up to do these quests. That should make it a little bit easier. Frexibo, what are you playing, dude? You might have told me earlier, so apologies. But what are you playing? What class and faction and race and all that good stuff? Damn it. Respawn rates have been really good. I'm glad to hear that. Remember when Classic came out and people were talking about like the whole no changes thing? I don't think people realised just how much of a pain respawn rates would be on a fresh server if there weren't changes to that side of the game. Just made an undead lock on Chaos Ball. Rexabu, my friend, do you want to group up with your boy? Because this is the time. If you get to level 3, I know it's hard, but if you do get to level 3 and you need help, I'm a tank. I'm a pretty big deal. Oh yes, big upgrade. Open my black pouch and put my leggings on. I love these leggings. They always make me think that I was like a former footman. And now I am like living the life, or the unlife as it were. Undead warrior. No, don't need to kill you. Looking the skeleton group indeed. Somewhere among these players there are greatest. There will be some of the greatest people on the server. That's what I love about this. You never know. There will be some chads among this population. Well, Frexmo, you're going to get yourself leveling, my friend. You're playing an undead lock, so you'll have an easier time of it pulling things out. Just realised I engraved Victory Rush. I have not used it once. What's the score with it? Yeah, it should just be after you kill an enemy, right? Just the same as usual. Classic victory rush. Well, you know, not classic victory rush. You understand what I'm saying. Yoink. Why am I not getting it now? Why am I not getting victory rush when I kill this? Instantly attack. Target does 18 damage and healing you for 10% of your maximum health. Only use it in 20 seconds after you kill an enemy that yields experience or honor. So, realistically, yeah, there we go. I don't know why I didn't activate before. That's strange. I'm going to use it just for fun. Whoa, that did a ton of damage. That's crazy. It did like 70% of that guy's health. He was, to be fair, only level 1. So, yeah. Ooh. Get out of the way, Marge Simpson. What's your name? Gertrudis. Ooh. Oh, disease. Good name for an undead, though, to be fair. Name yourself after a disease. Good to see. We will help our friends. Oh, dustbat. I love that I can just launch from enemy to enemy and just build up that rage as much as possible. Great. Great job. Come on. Die. Hate missing. Give me that hit. Could probably do with dropping off some loot and emptying our sack, if you know what I'm saying. If you'll allow me. Boom. Love that victory rush. Just a satisfying feeling. We're getting the skeletons killed fairly quickly, which I'm happy with. It's not going as badly as it was with the dusk bats. Right, where can we find more skeletons? Is it just down here? Just this side of the village, isn't it? I'm sure. Ideally, I'd like to get out of Brill before I take my first break, but we have been going for about an hour. I might pause. But, yeah. Come on, dude. Just all been taken. Skeletons everywhere. Ah, there's one. Come on, come on. We need charge. We need charge as a matter of urgency. Daxian, just dropping in to say hello. Hope to catch you earlier next time. Have a good stream. Hey, Daxian. I've only been going for a short while, my friend, but I'm assuming that you're busy today, which is totally fine. I will be streaming a little bit later on in the afternoon, though, and I will schedule that a bit better. So, if you're around then, hope to see you. But thanks for dropping by, dude. Good to see you once again. Now, playing the game at last, at long last. Let's go back and try and kill some wolves. It is just carnage here, isn't it? Oh, there we go, there we go, there we go. We need. Love it. Need one more, and I can see a dead wolf. And I can see a live wolf. The live wolf. Come on. No! No! Ah, too slow, Warlock. Too slow. Okay, let's hand this in, empty our bags, get back on with it. Still have a bit of a cold. I am still a little bit sick, making my voice sound a little bit muggy. Hopefully it's not too bad. Look at this. Look at how many people are here. Look at that. Oh. You love to see it, right? And in all honesty, I think that we'll just pause quickly there, guys. I'm going to quickly pop to the loot, so take a couple of minutes, take a little break, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes, just under, and we will crack on with the adventure. Hello again, my friends. We're back in the mix. Hope you can all hear me okay. I have a giant fluffy jumper on and I kind of look a little bit like King Kong because this thing is like black and it's fuzzy. It's massive. If you saw me walking down the street, you would think a Sasquatch had come to life and invaded your local area. But it's just me, my friends. And we're playing Season Discovery. And the time has come.
Trust no one.
For us to really get to the next level. Right.
Do not seek death.
Put that belt on, fancy belt. Leather. Right, this is one of my favourite quests in the vanilla period. I think it's a really good explanation of how grim, how tragic the story of the Forsaken is. So I'm going to read this out, but before I do, Raph, thank you so much for being here, man. I really appreciate that you enjoy the content. I really appreciate everyone who's taking the time to come and join the streams as well. It's just really helpful and this is what I always wanted to do. Get to play the game with you, share my love and enjoyment of it. So thank you so much for dropping by. I don't know how long you can stay for, but I do really appreciate you being here. But getting back to the game. My friend Marla Phipps lived with her husband Samuel before the plague. But when the plague came, Samuel succumbed and joined the Scourge's ranks. Marla was spared her death, only to die at the hands of her now mindless husband. Though strong was her love, however, that her last dying wish was to be buried with her beloved Samuel. Samuel Phipps roams in a ruined camp along the road northeast of Death Knell. Defeat him and grant Marla's wish. Bury him at her grave, the first row of our graveyard.
Embrace.
Love this quest. This tells you about the dark tragedy of the Forsaken. Because it's hard to believe when, you choose undead as your race. But these people were all once humans. Just like if you're on the Alliance. These guys all had
I am
families.
forsaken.
They all had their own stories,
Embrace.
aspirations, dreams. They had lives.
What now?
And then all of that was taken away from them.
Farewell.
And with the retcons of Shadowlands and all of that sort of stuff, it's easy to forget just how crazy dark the story of Lordaeron was. The game sound drowns me out, mate. Thanks for telling me that. I'll turn it down a bit. I have asked about the audio and people are fine. Let me I turn that down to there. Turn this down to here. Let me know if that's better. Raph, let me know if that's a bit better. I don't want the game sound getting in the way of my amateur voice acting. Joe, I didn't roll Crusader Strike. I'm really sorry that the original post that I made said Crusader Strike, but we are actually on Chaos Bolt. We're on Chaos Bolt. New server created. Clearly doing really well. Someone pointed out that Crusader Strike will probably end up being ally dominated, and I don't know why, but I kind of agreed with that logic. So it's Chaos Bolt. Hopefully anyone who's rolled a character, if you want to reroll, you can. If you want to just try it on the server, totally fine. We'll be doing the guild. We'll be doing all of the stuff's going to be on Chaos Bolt Hold side. Okay? Rexivo, have I tried to play with the voiceover add-on? A few people have mentioned that. A few people have mentioned that. If it's something that Blizzard allows, I am perfectly happy to try it out. Perfectly happy to try out voiceover add-on. I might even download it for the afternoon stream today. Because we're going to be streaming, guys, until around midday. I need to run an errand, take my girlfriend into town, drop her off at a work Christmas party. And then I come back and it's just, the boys are back in town again. Yeah, okay, I'm doing it. It's time to get the scavenged goods. Now, I've heard tales that completing this quest is proving to be a little bit difficult, as proven by the fact that there are 2 undead to every scavenged good. So this might take us a little while, but hey, we can talk about the lore, we can talk about everyone's experiences, and hopefully an hour from now, we'll have gotten our scavenged goods. There's people just camping in every building waiting. Is the voiceover add-on really impressive? I think I've seen something about it. Is it AI? Done by AI? Because if it's done by AI, that's really cool. I do enjoy putting my voice onto things. I can imagine that for a lot of you it is annoying. Like, we've got this English bloke trying to pretend to be Thrall again. Something he's doing. Yeah. Just be glad that we're not doing the orc stuff. I would have ruined my voice within the first 5 minutes of trying to read quests. Yeah. Awesome, Raph. Thank you so much, man. I really need this sort of update because it's not just... Oh, don't know what we've done there. It's not just how it sounds on stream, it's also how it sounds on the VOD, right? I don't want people watching this VOD and being turned off completely because the sound is just not balanced right. Right, come on. Oh, right. It's going to take us forever here, isn't it? It really is going to take us forever. And it's only going to get busier. This is weekend times. Everyone's off work, hopefully. I have 14 days of holiday. And this is the thing, right? I booked that holiday before Season of Discovery was announced. It's almost like I knew. On some prophetic level, I had a moment of far seeing. The elements blessed me with a moment of clarity. And now, I have 2 weeks of holiday. Right at the launch Season of Discovery. So for all of you who want me to group up and do the guild stuff, and run Black Phantom Deeps and all this sort of stuff, your boy will be absolutely decked out. I will be tooled up by mid-December. Oh, I can't wait to do Shadowfight Keep, man. I put out that video, dude, and I think too many people were, well, so many people, I'm going to say too many, because I'm glad everyone's playing the game, but people were so busy playing the game, the video just kind of like flew completely under the radar by the looks of it. But yeah, like, I cannot wait to do SFK. Probably my favourite dungeon before you get to Maraudon. Yeah, once you get to like level 40, level 45, the dungeons just go really hard. Maraudon, Sunken Temple. Oh, Tim loves, not Older Man. I hate Older Man. Tim loves Zul'Farrak. I like Zul'Farrak, I think it's good. It's not my favourite, but Maraudon, Sunken Temple, and then when you get into like Scholarmance and Diamol, oh, amazing. Just the best. Frexivo says, yeah, retail has a simple AI quest text read add-on. It's not that great, but the classic one is. Right, well, we'll have to get it. Is that something you guys would like, or would it be a bit too much having to listen to the quest reading on the stream? Imagine, given it's classic and you're classic players, you'd probably be down for it, right? The quest storytelling add-on is done by AI and is allowed by Blizzard. It's a curse add-on. You have the skill to pull off the finesse of reading quests and immersing us. Ah, man. I'm glad you think so. I'm glad someone thinks so. We are going to be... This scavenged good thing, it's not going well, is it? Let's be honest. I'm going to abandon it for now, or at least I'm not going to be focusing on the scavenged goods. I'm going to instead focus on the other quests. And hopefully we'll find scavenged goods as we go along. And that's the best way of playing this one. Right. So, skeletons then. Now, suddenly the skeletons are nowhere to be found. I totally remember the skeletons being more spread out than they were. Right, let's go and kill Samuel. Let's kill Big Sam. Samwise Gamgee. Yeah, I mean, you say it'll take away the fatigue of doing it, dude, but, like, the thing about streaming is, it's an effort, but it's a good effort. And you end up hyping yourself up for more, right? Nope. Nope, not today. Elp Psycho. Not happening, sir. This is a warrior-only area, my friend. The age of the rogue is over. The age of the warrior is over. Our character, let's talk about the lore for a second. Our character was a knight of Lordaeron who died defending his homeland. Now risen on death, all he knows is the sword. Ooh, love it. A little bit edgy. A little bit edgy. Not too much. That's the nature of the warrior. Marx is popping out, mate. Hope to catch your stream a little bit later. Yeah, dude, we are going to be streaming as much as possible. If I am streaming this afternoon, I will try and schedule it in advance so people know, can wait and join. But yeah, dude, really happy to have you along, Mark. It was really good talking to you, man. Respo says, it's up to you to test and see if it's too much speech next to yours. Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably give it a try, to be fair, and see how we're looking. Because if it adds to the immersion and adds to that kind of fresh vanilla experience, why not? Why not give it a try? Oh, no. As much as it's taking us a long time to do these quests, there is something really joyous about starting early morning and it just getting more and more and more populated as the day goes on. I do love that. You've got guys sitting in every house. You've got people role-playing as NPCs at this point, just chilling in the household, waiting for scavenged goods to appear. Ah, gonna be here forever. You know, let's go into Nightweb Hollow. Let's bite the bullet. Let's go into Nightweb Hollow. We nearly killed all of our skeletons, to be fair. So we are making progress, slow as it may be. Progress is being made. Which is good. This is very naughty. Flavor with the naughty trolls. Another bag, love to see it. Another sack, small red sack. Into Nightweb Hollow we go. Expo, it took me like 30 minutes to get the boxes. Yeah, I can imagine. When did you do it for Expo? Did you do it like, what time of day? Server time. Also, what's your character for Expo? Is he called just Frexibo, or have you gone with something a bit more roleplay in keeping with the undead vibe? We need to train as well. We need to train. We've been here so long. Make sure that we go and train up. Even this cave has been cleared out. No, I've never seen such efficiency. You dudes were talking about like how good the guys were talking about how good the respawn rates were. I hope you're right. Let's put our warrior rage to the test. Multiple pullings. Rely on victory. Keep us right. Nice. Oh, the addition of Victory Rush, it is a welcome addition. You love to see it. It does big damage and the heal as well. It's very strong. It's going to be very, very beneficial for the warrior tank. Being able to multiple like that. Yeah, back. Being able to pull like big packs of mobs and know that you can support the healer is going to be great. You're actually going to be in a position where, as a warrior tank, pulling groups is going to feel more comfortable than pulling some powerful big mobs solo. Which is cool. There's Rincewind again, my boy, great name. Terry Pratchett. Braces? No, we've already got some. Help our boy out. Love the name Rincewind. You know the reference, then you're a Chad. Oh, he's joining. The Chad himself. Working together, friendship, strength and honor, and all those things. The matriarch is very small for a matriarch. I mean, come on, you could have made this spider crew a little bit bigger. Surely. Head 38. Already a 1k queue. Yeah, I'm a bit worried about what it's going to be like when, well, I just want to go for that. I wonder what it's going to be like when I come back this afternoon. And I have to log on at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon EU time on a Saturday. All I know is once I'm logged on, I'll try to keep logged on as much as possible, because it's going to be a problem otherwise. I have to find some way to entertain ourselves. We need to just kill the youngsters now. One game. Yeah, that's nuts. It's good to see it though, right? It's one of those weird feelings where on the one hand, you're like, oh, it's a 1k queue. I can't play the game. But on the other hand, you know that it's because other people are like really interested in the same thing as you. And MMOs live or die on that. They live or die on the hype and the ongoing sort of like support and stuff, don't they? So, well, good to see. Oh, look at that. There was the Zeppelin in the background. That was so cool. Just notice that, going through the trees. Love to see it. I really want charge. So ready. Ollie is ready to charge. It's a bit easier to kill the spiders, I think, than to do the other mobs. Good. mages seem to have a lot of new stuff in the beginning. He seems to be casting like this lances. Is that just me? It's just a machine. Absolute machine. Okay. The efficiency of the mage. Like, I wonder who got like. I know it's not like world first level 25, not that impressive, but I bet it was like a mage. 6 out of 10. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm just going to rely on Rincewind. He's just going to pull everything. Crazy man. It's good XP though. Very much happy with it. And then that victory rush, the satisfaction that comes from just chaining kills, it's such good warrior fantasy. This is where like the synergy of abilities and roleplay come together really well. Because you want to feel as a warrior like you are just going from mob to mob to mob. And I'm getting super lucky with the bags. Really lucky. That's going to be really beneficial not having to buy any bags like that. Rincewind, you're an absolute legend, sir. Saluted in the name of the Dark Lady. Right, we need the scavenged goods, we need rattle cages, we need to bury Samuel Phipps, and we also need to get charge. So I think the best thing to do is kind of fight our way back to the graveyard, bury the big man, and see where we're at. See where we are at. To be fair, dude, Rexaboot, doing this at like 8 PM must have been really difficult, because that's like peak time, right? Friday night, 8 PM, you're going to have a lot of people playing, to be fair. But they need to adjust those respawn rates. Yeah, I know, 3 bags already, and different colours. I've got a small blue pouch, a small red pouch, and a small black pouch. Mr. Moneybags over here. And I've also got 1 silver and 1 copper. You know, I don't want you guys to be jelly. I don't want you to be Myron, but, you know, kind of a big deal. Kind of a wealthy man. Rich fellow. Where are these scavenged goods? Is this what this guy... Are these people just stood waiting? That guy got the name Nightblade. That's pretty badass. Let's hand in the quest that we've got. Let's hand in the quest that we've got and then see where we're at. Because it's going to take some time, isn't it, to get these quests done, I imagine. Right, Executor,
What is it?
Executor Aaron. Boom. Big male. Feeling like a Chad. Bring 12 Scarlet Armbands.
Trust no one.
Sell. Before we have our first interaction with the Scarlet Crusade, let's make sure we're prepared. Rid of all of this tat. That gone. What's with this weird timer thing? Oh, it's a rune slot. That's interesting. Making bank here. Love it. Absolutely love it. Great stuff. Okay. Let's trade.
I am forsaken.
Charge and rend. Boom. Love it. Okay, now charge. It's method to the madness, guys. Charge, okay? I'm going to be at F, because that's where my little finger is. Because I'm left-handed. That's where the little finger is bound to happen. Reload, maybe? No. Stream looking good on your side, guys, still? I'm assuming it's still fine and that this is an in-game thing, right? Because I'm again being told I've got excellent connection. We had this problem about an hour ago. I think it's just that the servers are struggling with the fact that there are like 1 million people in Death Knell alone, let alone across the entire world. Please let me know if you if things are still going fairly smoothly. Is it F stream, Frexibo, or is it just me? Let me know. I'm told excellent connection. Yep, super smooth. Right, so it is just the game then. Really appreciate the updates, by the way, guys, because I am relying on you. Okay, what I'll do is I will restart the game, because that worked the last time. But yeah, to be fair, these guys are still talking, right? So refresh now, it's good. Okay, let me log out and log back in and see if that works. No, you see, when I can't log out like this, I know it's the game's fault. So just bear with me 1 second, guys. We'll put the old break room on. 2 seconds. And I come out of WoW. This fixed it before. Come out of WoW. Then come back into WoW. And this should hopefully sort it. Wife's on a Christmas work event marathon all day and night, leaving me to play WoW until I drop. Rip my middle-aged eyes. The time feels more meaningful, doesn't it? The older you get, I think. I think that, like, when you're a kid, you can just play to your heart's content. You don't realise just how great it feels. The game should be back up now, guys, so hopefully we're in the zone. Yeah, people are still running around. I don't know why that fixes it, but it does. So there we go. Remains buried. We know how to fix it if we have this problem again. You just come out of the game, come back into the game, and that somehow sorts it out. Don't know why, but the method in the madness. Please let me know if you're seeing
I
everything.
haven't got all day.
Right. We're nearly done in Death Knell. We need to get the 6 Savage Goods, Scarlet Armbands, and we need to get the other thing too. The Rattle Cage dudes. We're still waiting for them. We're going to be taking a long time. I might even skip the Scavenge Good quest, if that's possible. I don't know if it's part of a chain, I can't remember off the top of my head. We'll have to see. Have a look around here. Oh, it's right. I'm going to go and kill some Scarlet guys, because this is going to get silly. We're going to just be running around in circles. It's going to be silly. So, let's go over and kill some Scarlet. Then, please let me know if the stream is working alright. Oh, Raph, what an absolute legend, man. That is so kind of you. I really appreciate that. You are the first super chatter of this era of the Fulgrim channel. Honestly, man, that means so much. Like, I've always struggled with how to, like, express gratitude in a genuine way. Like, it always seems so strange when you watch streams. But I really appreciate you, like, spending your money on me like that, man. It's very kind, very generous. And I hope that you're getting some entertainment from the stream, dude. Really appreciate you, dude. Made my day, man. Like, I was talking to my friends when I was out yesterday, and I was talking to them about how I do this, regardless of whether or not I could do it for a living one day. But the idea that one day I might be able to do this for a living, and, you know, talk about the games and talk about fantasy, it's just fun. Thanks, man. Like, I really appreciate the encouragement. I feel like the last few weeks on the channel has been very tumultuous. Obviously, everyone's putting out content, everyone's competing for, you know, the views and the entertainment, and that's great for the viewer, and I'm so glad that viewers have that option. But as a smaller content creator, it does feel a little bit like a little fish in a big pond, if you know what I mean. So to have, like, a core audience of guys who enjoy the content, it's just the best. So thank you so much, man. I hope that you're enjoying your day off. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but, like, what I'm doing today is I'm also taking my my girlfriend to her work Christmas party. So we're in the same boat. Although she's going to be playing, like, she is actually interested in playing because the channel is such a big part of me and my life and everything like that. But I think that she's kind of come to terms with the fact that she can either get with it or just have to deal with it. She can either get with it or deal with it, and she's decided to deal with it. She's going to go Undead Mage, which I think is a great choice. It'll be so powerful, and with the healing option as well, just be really fun. Good times await. Plus, if I can convince her to take, like, alchemy, I can maybe get her to do herbalism and alchemy, and I'll maybe take 2 other professions, and it'll set me up just right for consumables. You know the score, guys. You know the score. We got chain belt, didn't we? Let's pop that on. Really do with that. The respawn rates for these Scarlet guys are pretty good, and now that we have charge, I think we're in a better position, unless you're dealing with a mage. Yeah, definitely, she is a keeper. She's an absolute legend. She's really on board, which is great, because sometimes I take this way too seriously. Like, right up until when I went out yesterday with my friends, I was like, we need to figure out the balance between the audio for the music and the audio for my voice in the SFK video, because the music sounds really loud, but I can't tell. And I don't know if I need a compressor on the voice and all this sort of stuff. Like, this is just looking at me like, what are you? What kind of goblin creature are you? Go out. Have a life. You know how it is. We are ploughing through the Scarlet Crusade here. Which makes me wonder, the Scarlet Crusade level up raid, which sounds like a band from the 70s, Scarlet Crusade level up raid. Now, it has been data mined as loot from Nomragan, and if you combine that with the Platinum WoW video on the eve of the release of Season of Discovery, you would believe that there will only be one level up raid per phase of Season of Discovery. So, Black Fathom Deeps for Phase 1, and probably Nomragan for Phase 2. Which is interesting, because every Scarlet Monastery dungeon is completed by level 40. That's like kind of the point at which you're doing Cathedral. You can even do a level 38, really. So when are they going to do the Scarlet Monastery content that they teased? That's what I'm interested in finding out. Part of me wonders, are they keeping that for max level? Is that going to be the new max level stuff? Or are they keeping it for level 50? Is it going to be like, you know, this is the bit behind the monastery, that kind of thing? An interesting idea. Because I don't think they're going to do it at level 40. I think they're going to do Nomragan at level 40. So, yeah. Oh, Victory Rush and Charge. Just beating up our experience. Quickly. Oh, there you are, there you are, there you are. Mine. I see one there as well. Come on, let's go. Ooh. Oh wow, it's snowing outside. I cannot believe it, it is actually snowing outside. I just looked out the window and noticed it never snows at this time of year, even in northern England. We get like really cold weather. It never snows. So the fact that it snows already is it's a good sign. Right. How are we getting on here? There's a few up here that we can take on. We're nearly done with the Scarlet Armbands. That's really good. That's good stuff. No! Damn it. There tends to be a few mobs hidden around here. You live in Cornwall. It snowed yesterday in Cornwall? Really? That's mad. That's insane. In Cornwall. Cornwall is where people from my area of the UK go when we want a beach holiday. The idea that it snowed down there is mad. To be fair, it was -7 here yesterday. So there was no snow, but there was a lot of ice and it was very cold. I went out with like a knitted wool hat on. I looked like Stan from South Park. Yeah. Pretty mental. If you just joined the stream now, guys, welcome. We are on Chaos Vault EU, obviously Horde side, as you can tell from my bony boy warrior that we are playing here. If you want to join, the community guild, then get yourselves on, start leveling, and we'll see where we end up. That's our Scarlet Armbands all acquired. Let's go back and hand in. Hey Harry, how's it going, man? We are on, well, I've just said, to be fair, but we are on Chaos Bolt. Chaos Bolt EU. It was going to be Crusader Strike, but we've changed to Chaos Bolt. Horde side. So if you want to join, that's where we are. Right. Hand in the armband. And then see where we get with the old scavenged goods. Stolen goods are now forfeit. Pay the court a fine or serve your
This had
sentence.
better be good.
Right. Do we want... Little question here. Do we want the big boy sword? Or are we going to stay sword and board? What are we thinking? I'm thinking for now, probably let's go with the big Forsaken Bastard sword.
Beware.
Let's do it.
Our enemies abound.
Oh, yes. That's not a bastard sword. That's a girder. That's a steel girder. And now we're going to kill Mevin Korgal. Let's do it. Let's empty our bags. Let's get
What
involved.
is it?
Yeah, big boy. That's the gut sword. We're playing Berserk now. Get rid of the shield because we don't need it. We'll keep our one hand for now. Just until we get a better one, because we're going to get shield from this quest anyway. Let's see if we can kill Mevin Korgal. I can imagine that this guy is going to be spawn camped, shall we say. Right. I do love the... have you guys noticed that the undead animations are just slightly sloppy versions of the human animations? I didn't notice this until like a good way into playing World of Warcraft. Let's see how good we are with this weapon. We're going to need skill, to be fair. Fair enough. But we should do some massive hits, dude. Look at that guy. Look at that boy. Here we stand. Hey, here's the thing. We've got one of the old school individuals. You knew me back on the old channel. Yeah, not a lot of people know this. Did have an old channel. Did have an old channel back when I was like 17. And that was where the original content was, which I always really like, because a lot of people will say things to me like, you know, you're only just getting into classic WoW, you know, you're just doing it for hype. It's like, no, dude. I was there. I was there at the beginning of Nostalgia, so I was one of the very first people that were covering it. I've always been into this kind of game. Always. You may kill me, but you may never insult me. Right, here we go. Scarlet Crusade stuff. I remember when I first read this, back when I joined the game, and I had no idea what this was. And I was like, who are these guys? Disperse information as you deem necessary. Tirisfal Regional Command. Captain Melrose, Captain Vakon, Captain Perrin. Directives by the order of the High Lord. Captain Perrin, further fortify your position at the southwest tower as designated. Additional supplies will be dispatched at a later date. In the meantime, material should be obtainable from the surrounding farms. Also, further reconnaissance and information. Love it. Scarlet Crusade really do deserve their raid. They really do. One of the coolest elements of classic WoW, and they never got a raid. It's crazy. And imagine how unique a raid it would have been. Like, the only indoor, like, yeah, well, that's not true. We have a few indoor raids in classic WoW. We don't have any indoor raid that feels like Scarlet Crusade.
Beware the living. Remember, patience,
okay,
discipline.
we've got our first quest to go to Brill. We're nearly done. Question is, do we wing it and just kind of finish the Rattlecage skeleton quest and then move on? Or do we go elsewhere? Go to Brill? Or do we hang around? I'm thinking that I'm probably just going to kill Rattlecages and ignore the scavenged goods, because we could be here a long time, and I'm level 5 now, and that's just about enough for us to start moving out. So let's get on track. Boom. Where's more Rattlecages? Now that we have charge, to be fair, things are slightly easier than they were. But it's still spawn camp territory, and that will ease up as soon as we get out of Brill, out of Death Knell. So I might give that a shot. Right. Yeah, like they're just nowhere to be found. Like, no skeletons to be found. Keep an eye out, but can't see any. And I don't want to be bottlenecked. I really would like to be in a point where we can just quest and get on with it and not feel like we're being stuck because there's so many people around. It's great that there's lots of people playing, but we want to play too. We want to play too, and I've got the screen to think about. I've got you guys to think about. Are we looking for... Come on. 2 more skeletons. 2 more skelly fellas. Ooh, this is probably just as good a place as any to find them as well. Wretched zombies, nope, not interested. We've moved on from you. Old news. Come down on the road, to be fair. Seems to be a good spot down here. Yeah. If we've got charge off cooldown, we can pretty much get anything. Any monster that comes in sight, we can get. Boom. Oh, wow. Dude was waiting. Dude was actually primed and ready to fire the trigger. I'll pull the trigger. That would be more sensible. Right. This is going to be a good spot. The final skeleton. Where may he be? Keep your eyes peeled, boys. No, that's not what we needed. Didn't need you. Sorry. Awkward. Come on. One more skeleton. And then we can be free. They're despawning. That's a good sign. They keep back. Just in charge range. Where I've got a wide field of view. Attention. The true end game of Season of Discovery is trying to get out of the starting area. If you can do that, then you're free. No! Damn it. Okay. Oh, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. Oh, come on, man. This is getting insane. It was bad enough when I logged on, but at least then it was only like 9 AM. Come on, dude. Come on, man. It's twice as hard to tie when you're a slow warrior, yeah. Yes, there we go. We got it. Got it. Oh, God. Right, okay. Let's get rid of the scavenge good quest, because let's be honest, we're not gonna get that done. Not gonna happen. Let's hand this one in, and let's escape. Let's escape to Brill, where we can actually play the game. Ooh, what's this guy want us to do? I don't remember this one. What do you want us to do?
What would you ask of
Oh
me?
yeah, it's the scavenge good quest that we just ended. Silly me. Right. Time to leave. Time to get out of here whilst we still can. Okay. I am finished with you, Vulgrin. You have shown yourself to be worthy of the freedom that you have been given. Many will stand against you, what you have become. But know that no matter what they may try to do against us, we are free, and will not be shackled again. Take these and be on your way. You have much to accomplish, warrior. Very cool.
Time will come.
And so, my friends, we leave... Ooh, purple. Pretty cool. And so, my friends, the time to leave Brill has come.
Hello.
Get out of here. Let's get the hell out of here. Just gonna check there's definitely nothing I can train. I don't expect there to be, but let's just check.
What now?
Nothing. Nothing before level 6. Okay, off to Brill we go. Time to smash some pumpkins, if you know what I mean. Do it. Let's do it. Yeah, this guy here. I have 1 hour and 30 minutes of played time. I'm still level 3. What play do we have? 1 hour and 32. By the way, Flexible, where's your character at? I want to say hello before I leave. If you're around still. Because you're going to be here a long time now, my friend. You're going to be here a long time. I'll give you a minute. Just for the chat to catch up. Look at that dude. You're in the mine. I'll go and find you. I'll go and find you. I'll add you as a friend. Harry Potter is a friend. Good. Getting out of death now is good. I'm sure there'll be lots of people outside in Tirisfal, but it won't be as bad as here. Seeing people playing classic casting penance is just such a crazy thing. There you go. Oh, you went with the Marge Simpson, dude. You went with the Marge Simpson. Can I do this before level 10? There you go, man. Right, good luck, Frexaboo. I'll see you in about 10 years when you get out of Death Knell. Right, Raph. A nice little add-on called What's Training makes the list of untrained spells available to view in a tab near your spellbook and saves time going to the trainer. That's a very good shout. What I'll probably do is, because this PC, as you guys should know, is like very new. I've had it like a week. I got it for the stream. You know, the things I do for love. So what I'll probably do is download Curse and the Curse client, if that's still how it works. And I'll install a few, sorry, Frexaboo. You'll get out soon, man. I'll install a few add-ons. I'm really interested in trying this voiceover add-on. I am really interested in trying that out. The idea that AI can voice act NPCs in games is something that I think about quite a lot because, as I've mentioned a few times, I am interested in game development. I am interested in one day like learning how to make my own game. I have looked into it a bit. It's a titanic endeavor, and anyone who does solo or even small team indie development, I take my hat off to you. It's such a multi-discipline endeavor. You know, you think it's hard doing like content creation where you've got to learn audio stuff, you've got to learn video editing,
What
and
do
you've
you
got to be somewhat
require?
entertaining. But
Trust.
doing game development, programming, 3D modeling, texturing, voice acting, implementation, learning how to use game engines, each one of these things on its own would be a massive feat. But wow. But yeah, no, the idea that AI can voice over a game accurately, to me,
I
is
am
absolutely
forsaken.
fascinating. On the one hand, it obviously going to make it very difficult for voice actors. But as AI gets better, it will get more and more authentic. There will be tools where you can even like put words, like highlight words that you want stressed in a sentence. I'm sure that will be a thing very soon. You could basically completely customize it. I mean, you can already like do automatic transcripts for your videos and stuff. But if you're doing like shorts and things, nuts, it's bad. Right, pumpkin fields are looking just as busy as Death Knell. I thought that we'd escaped, but hey, I think we should be all right here. Field's big enough for 10,000 of us to find pumpkin, so we should be all right. I say that, but there are a lot of people gathering pumpkins here. A lot of people. I'm sure we'll be okay. I love the scarecrows. You see these a lot in Duskwood. And I'm so jealous of you Alliance players, by the way, getting to go to Duskwood. My favourite zone. And you're going to be levelling in it. I want to see if there are people out there crushing Morladim, crushing Morbant Fell at level 25. I bet there are. Groups of people doing raid content in Duskwood. Awesome stuff. No, no, mine, mine. Go away. I saw the pumpkin first. That's how it works. Nope. Mine as well. Mine as well. You dirty man. How dare you. Stealing my pumpkins. They are respawning really quickly, to be fair. This is the respawn rate that we need. This is the respawn rate we need right now, guys. I wonder how busy Undersea is right now. That's quite a lot of people there. The best time for any MMO launch experience. Just great. Would love to see it. Defeated and deleted. Right, some crazy stuff going down in the chat today. No, it's classic WoW, when the chat is the Wild West. Just that that reminder for anyone in the chat. I need to put it up on the screen somewhere. Chaos Bolt EU. That is the server. Faction should be pretty obvious. Playing Horde. Alliance for the first classic playthrough. Doing Horde this time round. The respawn rates on these are really good. I'm really happy with them. I think what the level goal will be for today, because we'll absolutely hit level 10. Obviously, no problems there. We're nearly at level 6 already. But maybe level 15. We'll maybe cap it off with an RFK run today. If we get time. We'll have to see. That would be fun, getting some of the boys together, do RFK. RFK, that's Razorfang Crowl. RFC, Ragefire. I think if we tried to do Razorfang Crowl, we'd have a bit of a problem. But who knows? Pumpkins. That's 10 pumpkins. We can make our way. We can make our way to Brill. First, let me mute for a second so I can blow my nose like the disgusting wretch that I am. I've just discovered that the window directly above my head is dripping. I have no idea why this is happening. I don't know if it's because but yeah, we have a dripping window. I put a small cup directly underneath the flow, so if you hear any dripping noises, don't worry. Just the way that things are going. Oh, and my dog's come through. Come up. Oh, onto the lap. Oh, no, dog wants to be on the stream. Harry is saying, what made me choose Warrior over Rogue? Well, a couple of things. A couple of things made me choose Warrior over Rogue. The first was that... Oh god, we're gonna die. Image talking. Victory rush, victory rush, victory rush, victory rush, victory rush. Okay. Yeah. That didn't go so well. That's the first death. Someone get a counter going. Well, at least I can answer the question. What made me choose Warrior over Rogue is that I love playing Rogue, but I always play it. Like, I always play Rogue. I played it when I played on Astarius. I played Rogue when I played on Netherwing, the TBC private server. And I obviously played Rogue on my classic leveling series that I just did. And whilst I love the Rogue, it doesn't hold many surprises for me. And I wasn't that blown away by the runes. I know obviously Rogue Tank is a really interesting idea, but I'm not sure how good it will work. Like, I'm obviously going to make a rogue at some point soon. That's not, goes without saying. But for now, I want to try something a bit different. And considering that I'm going to be doing a guild, a community guild, I thought, you know, what is like the go-to like kind of raid leader type class, and it's warrior, and I love warrior. And I think that the runes that the warrior are getting won't change the gameplay up that much from what we know about, but they will bring with it a sense of like just further development in a way that makes tanking more enjoyable. Like having victory rush and stuff, just so fun. Like, obviously it didn't go so well there because I had a dog jumping on me and I was trying to answer a question, but having that option, you just chain tank and heal and then go to the next mob and heal, it's just fantastic. Like we'll heal on this guy. And after this, we're going to head to Brill, and I will take a short break of 5 minutes. But we will kill this guy first, and then we'll heal off another mob. And that's the sort of stuff I love. Come on. I need to not get cocky as well. It's so easy to get cocky when you leave the starting area and realise that you are suddenly now in an area where everyone hits like a train. That's the vanilla trick. That's the trap that they hit you with. First, everything's easy. Get out the starting area, and it's suddenly not easy anymore. Yeah, Frex, I am planning to tank dungeons. Absolutely. I was a tank in retail for quite some time, and really enjoyed it. And I've always enjoyed how tanking adds like an extra dynamic of responsibility and effort to the game. Like, playing DPS is fun. Really, all you got to fix on is doing as much damage as you can and avoiding mechanics. Whereas a tank, you've got to think about yourself, you've got to think about everyone else, you've got to plan. Just so much that you have to be aware of. And for streaming as well, it will mean that I have control over the content that we get to see on stream. Like, you know, I'm not going to be stuck for groups and stuff like that. The Devastate room does look amazing. I do wonder how I'm going to come across that. Is it going to be a quest like the Victory Rush one was, or is it going to be a drop? I am interested in knowing, and this is the best thing about Season of Discovery, is that we don't know how these things are acquired. Like, people will have obviously now logged how it's been found and all this sort of stuff, but when they bring out the new faces, when they bring out new content, it will all be discoverable for the first time. You know, ideal. Don't think that this server is a streamer one. Think that this is the guild for people with like... Oh, right, okay. What he's on about the server. But the guy was saying that this server is not for streamers. But, yeah. We're streaming now, so... Here's your boy. Big boy Gordo. Wants us to pick up some weed. He has this green haze around him for a reason. Okay, Gordo. Glue weed. Let's do it. Let's pick up the glue meat on our way to Brill. Yeah, I'm not going to look either, Frex. I don't want to look at how to get the runes. I mean, unless it's something that I know I absolutely need. Like, it's an essential rune. I just want to discover it for myself, you know? I want to feel like I'm playing vanilla over again. I understand that people need to look these things up because they've got plans in the game and stuff like that, but for me, I want to feel like I'm adventuring for the first time. Yeah, I know, dude. I love the Abomination. I think it looks so cool. There's a, and again, I love how they took the Warcraft 3 Abomination and then, like, turned it into a WoW monster. I think it was an awesome thing how they did that. You never underestimate the potential Warcraft 3 brought to these. I'm going to give this guy an opportunity to take this Gloomweed if he wants it. You want it? No, he doesn't want it. Yeah, no, Abominations are just sick. They're just really cool. Like, the first time you see one, like, when you see Gordo, like, they obviously put him there for a reason. And the reason is that if you're a new player and you've not played Warcraft 3, the first time you see that guy, you were like, whoa, okay, it's not just skeletons. Yeah, completely right, Frex. The game is about exploration. Like, it's in the name, right? Discovery. So why limit yourself? I know that people want to kind of get into the end game, if you call it that, but it's level 25. It's not like if you don't look these things up, you're gonna miss out on key stuff that you can't live without. No, not like that at all. This is really cool. Love the Felsteeds. That window is continuing to drip. I am a little bit curious and slightly dismayed. I think it's condensation. I'm not sure.
This had better be good.
Applause.
Trust.
All good. Let's hand in the Gloomweed quest. And then let's pop into the inn. I'll give you guys a nice vista to look at, and I'll take a short break. How long are we going for? 2 hours. 2 hours, 10 minutes. Good stuff.
Speak quickly.
Send in the pumpkins.
Trust no one.
6. Love it.
Dark.
And you want us to get some dark beasts or whatever they're called. Dark hounds.
I am forsaken.
Go.
Embrace the shadow.
And got 2 to hand inside the inn. Oh wow, look at this. This is amazing. Popping off. It is popping off indeed, my friends. Season of Discovery is here. Look at that. Love to see it.
Hello? Trust no one. Dark
Right.
Lady.
And we need to feed the pumpkin. We'll do that as well. We can. Oh no, everyone's queuing to feed. Everyone's queuing to feed the pumpkin to this guy. Classic vanilla. Right, well, my friends, I will pause for a second. Oh god, let's go. Let's road quest maybe? Interesting. Right. I will leave you with this for now. I will pause the microphone. I will be with you guys in about 5 minutes time. Set yourselves in. If you haven't already done so, get yourself a nice drink, stretch a little bit, limber yourselves up. We'll be back shortly. Okay. We're back in the mix. I'm going to leave this quest for a little while. Because, let's be honest, we're not going to be doing any of that pumpkin stuff anytime soon. We've got other quests we can take care of for now. But whilst we're here, let's speak to our boy.
What would you ask of death?
Interesting name. Let's get Thunderclap. And Parry, big. Thing we can get? Good stuff. Let's put, arms. Okay, yeah, Thunderclap. Put it there for now. We'll rebind eventually. Plan, guys, is that we'll maybe go for another, I don't know, maybe go for another half an hour, something like that. Go up to about 11 AM, so 12 server time, and that's where I'll pause the morning stream, and then we will crack on. I'll get some work stuff done, some live stuff done, and we will come back in the afternoon, and I will schedule it for the afternoon so you guys know when to expect. When you know when to expect the stream. So, where were we? The Gloomweed. We need to hand that in. Darkhound Blood we need, and we need to get some putrid claws. Let's work our way through. Hope you guys are still enjoying the stream if you're still here. Chaos Bolt, Lordside, EU, that is where place is. Should you wish to join the guild that is yet to come, but will come. And I hope you enjoy Season of Discovery in general. If there's any background noise, that's just the dog wandering around with the Christmas jumper on. Keep her warm. Got a little cavapoo. I think you guys in the US call them cavoodles.
This better be good. The dead shall serve.
Okay. Collect 10 Doomweed. Let's go and get some putrid claws. Can't imagine what Duratar's looking like right now. Bet right now Duratar is packed to the nines. When Classic actually launched back in 2019, me and a load of my friends got in there on day one, and we were the first people to leave Deathnell on our server, which was packed. It might have been Golemag or 10 Storms, one of the two. And we got to Orgrimmar and we got to the Zeppelin before anyone else was there. And it was so weird because Valley of Trials was completely packed with people. But everywhere outside of there in Duratar was empty. Really interesting. I don't know why they put the pack there. Completely unnecessary. Do this. Let's get some putrid claws. Yeah. Love to see it. Love to see it. My first ever character, my first ever undead character I made when I was like 13. And it was right before I went on holiday. And I remember being like super keen. I remember being super keen to do it, but then I had to go on holiday and it kind of like cut everything short. And I remember thinking all through that holiday, it was a great holiday, my parents had paid so much money and we were having a good time, but the whole time I was just thinking about coming back to play WoW. That's what my childhood was. Just getting back to play World of Warcraft. Who cares if you're in like a sunny foreign climate with great weather, much better than England. Play WoW when you've got home, and life is good. Yeah, I know, right? Like, so many days and nights spent. Like, I would go to school, on the school bus, thinking about what I was going to do with my character, about the raids, all this kind of stuff. Great vibes. And now we're here, full circle. Now I'm the one making the content. Great place to be. Weezer is kindly taking the dog out, so I can nerd out on stream for a bit longer. Ooh, we do need a bit of health, don't we? Really do need a little bit more health. But honestly, the Victory Rush, it does make all the difference. Having that ability to just regain a little bit of health when you're in the middle of it, when you're in the thick of it, super useful. I need to be careful though, because I am going to end up dying if I'm not careful. I need to keep my eye out for mobs. Don't want to get carried away. Hey Joe. Do I think it's essentially Classic plus Beta? I mean, it's got to be, right? I mean, look at all the stuff they're doing. But also look at their mentality. Hey, what a legend. Rincewind, back in the mix.
Appreciated.
Yeah. Do I think it's Classic plus Beta? Essentially. because if you think about what Classic Plus is, it's the idea of original new content for vanilla. And that's what we're getting. We're maybe not getting the full Classic Plus that people wanted, where it's like new races, new classes or whatever, you know, new zones or anything like that. But we are getting, at the end of the day, we're getting new raids, or new versions of old raids. We're getting augmentations for the classes. We're getting a new PvP zone-wide event. All of this is new stuff. It's not like Season of Mastery, where it was just tuning up vanilla content to make it a bit harder. That was a different kind of game. This is new stuff. I got Victory Rush via a very short class quest. It was basically, you know, just a very, very brief quest, but it was a class quest. And that tells me something. Because if I'm getting at level 2, or level 3, whatever it was, if I'm getting a class quest for a rune, what does that mean for level 60? Is this really what we wanted? I'm not so sure either. Yeah, I mean, it's difficult to say, because the thing about the classic community is everyone's really passionate. That's the polite way of putting it. Everyone really cares. And everyone has a different idea about what they really want. So if you asked 10 people what their idea of Classic Plus would be, you get 10 different answers. Some of you will have seen I made a video like a month ago on like designing Classic Plus as I would see them implementing it, as I would want it. And you had people there who really liked my ideas, and you had people who were like really glad that I'm not responsible for designing it, because they hated the ideas. And that's fine, because everyone's idea of what Classic Plus should be is slightly different. I do think that where they have to be careful is with the runes. Honestly, I would have been happy if they had just introduced a couple of new races, ogres and high elves, maybe a new class, but probably not a new class. A couple of new races, loads more quests, a few new zones, and some new raids and done. If they'd done that, I would have been happy. The runes are interesting, and I am interested in seeing where it goes, and I'm not like angry about it. I'm not like complete skeptic when it comes to the runes, but a lot of these classes are going to play just like TBC or Wrath versions of their classes, and that for me is a bit of a concern. Is the game going to feel like a different game at its core, because you've got classes running around doing all kinds of flashy abilities, much more complex rotations than they ever were in vanilla? That's what I'm concerned, and I don't have an answer. That being said, though, I think that the update on the Shaman is really encouraging. So for those of you who didn't see it, I did a sit-down interview with 2 of the devs on what they call it, Classic Plus, on Season of Discovery. And in that interview, they confirmed that they will be putting runes in place in later phases of Season of Discovery to complement and to develop the two-handed enhancement playstyle. And that's the thing. The fact that they responded to the community and considered doing two-handed enhancement and making that viable later down the line tells me that they are listening. And whether they're doing it because they just want to, you know, maximize interest or hype, or because they just want people to, you know, be hoodwinked into thinking that they're listening, doesn't really matter to me at the end of the day. They responded to what players wanted, which was viable two-handed enhancement. The fact that they've done that means that I think they'll respond to how we react to the runes. In the last video I made before the Season of Discovery came live, I said that we need to do our part as well. If this is a beta test, we need to give them the feedback that they want. And we need to do that. If certain classes are broken, if certain runes feel bad, we need to let them know about it. Because if we don't, then we can't blame them. If we do let them know, then it's up to them to demonstrate that what they're saying that they want to do, which is good communication, is real and not just a lie. Because they've been saying that for years, right? They've been talking for years about having great communication with players, and they've not been delivering. It's safety. Drop rate on these claws is pretty bad. Pretty bad drop rate on the claws, gotta say. Hey! His Royal Highness, Mexico man. How you doing, bro? Good to see you here. We're finally in the game, Mr. Mexico. We're finally doing it. We're doing it live for real. If you are, I know that you're over on the US side, but if any of you are on EU and you're wanting to get involved, the server is Chaos Bolt. The faction should be obvious. You are all welcome to join me. We will be getting a guild group set up pretty soon. So I would love to see you all part of it. Where are we at with these putrid claws, man? Drop rate is pretty disgusting. That's what it is. Love it when you get enough rage to spend. Best feeling. Yeah, I think that Freximo has a point. There is a feeling that the ooh, nice. How does that compare to what we have? Ooh, if we could get good there, if we could trade with two-handed maces right now, I'd be loving it. But yeah, no, Frex does have a point. You do have a point that it does feel to an extent like the runes are the be-all and end-all of class design now, and that it's like, what do you do when your rune isn't a bit? You know, what are you going to press when your rune isn't? I certainly feel like if you're a paladin, your class has taken a 180. You know, you've gone from being Seal of Righteousness or Seal of Crusader and Judgment to Crusader Strike, Avenger Shield, like all of this stuff. And I'm not complaining. I think it's really good that paladins are going to be viable. But was that their only option? Was it really their only option to just go with what we already had? You know what I mean? Oh, I can reuse runes. That's great. So glad. I feel like they could have done something a bit different with the paladin. You know, they could have made the system of the seals and stuff a little bit more interesting. They could have built on what their initial design was. They didn't. So, you know, I don't really know how to think about that. Yeah, Mexico, if you wanna join, man, just feel free. Like, the guild's not there to be, you know, cutting edge or any of that jazz. It's so that people who, you know, are part of the community that's forming here and who want to play together can. And everyone's welcome. As long as you're not, you know, a madman, a nasty man, then you're welcome. I'd love to play with you guys. Raph, you're playing a hunter. What do you think about lone wolf? Because I made a joke in my last video about how, like, lone wolf hunters are going to just be dead in the water because it's always good to have a pet. Do you think that's fair enough, or do you think that that will be a viable thing? Because I know a lot of people, particularly Horde, they're really interested and invested in the idea of like being a Rexar style hunter, if that makes sense. They really want to be like Rexar. They want to be in the thick of combat, but I don't know. You tell me. Melee hunter's a thing? I would really love to get this putrid claw quest done before I have to log off for the morning session. We'll have to see. I can hear my dog who's just come back from going outside, just shaking off the snow. We've got snow going on here, it's crazy. Right, are we looking 4 out of 7? I feel like we've been farming these guys for half an hour. It's crazy. Absolutely nuts. But at least we can kill these mobs. At least the problem is that the drop rate's not so good, rather than that we just cannot kill any of them. Because there's so many of the mobs. That was the problem earlier. Oh! Nice, 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 nice. I love it when I get an attack on a mob and then some warlock puts a massive on it. Really helpful. Ooh, Gordo getting in the mix. Boom. Oh. He's collecting weeds. That's what he's doing. I thought he was getting in the fight. Raph says, I'm not keen on Lone Wolf. It may end up viable, but certainly not me. Melee Hunter with the flanking strike is brutal. I can hit four hit a mob in less than 1 second with a staff and one shot. Wow, so it's actually really strong. But it's not consistent. Okay. Fair enough. Because that's the thing, isn't it? It's going to be, you know, vanilla was the age of certain specs appearing viable on paper, but then, like, in a 5-minute fight, they go in like 10 seconds. Do a ton of damage and then just be You know what I mean? If you can hear a hissing in the background, don't worry, it's just the kettle. Hot drink is absolutely necessary on a day like this. And if you haven't got one yourselves, I highly recommend that you go and get a cup of tea or coffee, cup of joe. And of course, guys, let me know what you're playing. Mexico Man, I'd really love to hear what you're playing, dude. If you've managed to get into the game, that is. I know a lot of people, they're not there yet. They're not even managed to get in. I mean, check me, absolute casual. It's day 3, and I'm only just starting to play. Crazy. Right. There's another one. I want to kind of pull these guys away from this ravine if I can, because if they all respawn, and I'm here on my own, I'm going to get clapped very hard. I really could do some health as well. I've got a ton of mushrooms, to be fair, so I can heal up. I've got the healing abilities, but we are squishy. Even with Victory Rush, we are squishy. Joe, you set up a mage on Chaos Bolt. Good man. Good man. Tell me the name of your character and I'll add you as a friend. Whisper me. Yeah, whisper me and I'll add you as a friend. Also, do we have any chronomancers in the chat? There's a question. Do we have anyone doing that mage healing meme spec? Because I know they nerfed it. So obviously it was a bit wacky woo for starters by the sound of things. So if we do have any mages in the chat who have tried out Time Warp or whatever it's called, temporal discombobulation or whatever, let me know how it's looking. Right, Jenny. I don't know how to do this again. Just do it like this, won't I? Add friends. Jenny. There you go. I don't know where Nux is. Where's Nux? Over there. What are you doing over here, dude? Don't understand. Welcome to the team, Joe. Glad to have you here. Playing a rep pally to see what all the hype is about. But you'll play Fire Mage when you come to our server, yes. A lot of mages, interestingly, I'm hearing about a lot of people playing Mage, but interestingly, very few people who are playing Mage Healer. And I can understand it, because it's going to be one of those things, isn't it? Where, like, why would you want a Mage Healer if you could have a DPS Mage, especially with the runes? And here's the question, are the runes going to make fire viable from the beginning? That's what I'd be interested in knowing. Because obviously fire, the problem is that it required gear and mana, right? Mana intensive. But DPS heavy as well. Oh, potion. Love to see it. Love to see it. Get the potion on the bars. I think the living bomb healing thing is so broken. Alright, okay, so can you like combine, because I haven't looked into this at all, can you combine like the healing mage spec with other stuff? So can you combine those abilities with like a fire based spec? 'Cause that's really cool if so. Like, you can have a frost style healing mage and a fire style one? Or is there just one spec that works with healing? Like if you're going to be a healing mage, you have to go with like a fire build. I think one thing that they absolutely could have and should have done is that if they were going to do like healing versions of classes that had no healing before, like the mage thing, then they really need to consider having talents ready, I think. I disagree. I think that... this guy as well. Okay, we've got loads of rune men. Got this priest as well. I didn't even realise that. I mean, it makes so much sense that obviously the mage runes is just runes that allow you to heal. It's not like it's a new spec or anything like that. The idea that you combine your pre-existing spec with the runes is still a really cool idea. I hope it works. I do hope it works. It is probably the most original new idea that they're bringing in. More like tanks with metamorphosis. There are certain situations like Twin Embers where you could argue that it was a thing, even though it wasn't. But healing mage, that's completely out of left field. That is the most original idea that they've brought to the game. It comes to class stuff anyway. Good stuff. All of you guys who are joining now, we are on Chaos Bolt EU, odd side obviously. If you want to join, please feel free. We will be setting up a guild at some point when I have the time. And it would just be for people to enjoy themselves. Ooh, 2 scores of protection now. Yeah. Really happy to have all you guys here, by the way. Really appreciate you coming along to the stream. Hope you're all having a great time in Season of Discovery. I actually am really enjoying it. It was a bit difficult to enjoy the part where I needed to get 6 scavenged goods in Death Knell, and there were people literally camped by each spawn point for like an hour. But, you know, he'll make the most of it. Raf says, the healing mage has sparked discussions comparing it to the DPS healing priest in Cataclysm. So the idea of Disc, where you did damage to heal. Because I remember watching Preacher's Legacy of the Priest video, a fantastic video that you should all watch, where he kind of made fun of the Disc priest in Cata by like saying that it was a cool idea, but if you're going to have a DPS healer, you can't be a better DPS than the pure DPS classes. You can't be a better healer than the pure healing classes. That would be unbalanced, right? So why would you want that? That's the problem in a game where you've got to, you know, think about the power of the class. Why would you want to have a class that does okay damage and okay healing when you could have a class that does great healing or great damage? That's the problem. So I think that's the difficulty that they're going to have to get around. And so far I know they've nerfed it, which I assume means that it was doing either way too much damage or way too much healing, or both, probably. So, yeah. Let's see how they make it work. Hey. Oh, I've got my 7 claws, okay. I just realised I've been killing these guys for ages and I've already got my claws. Let's see where this guy's at. Boom, blade. Okay, I'm gonna go because I'm done with this quest. Here's Nullix. It was good playing with you. What do we need to do now? We need Doomweed, and we need to get Darkhound Blood. Darkhounds tend to be on the other side of the road. And where is Doomweed again? Is Doomweed down by where the Rothide Knolls are? I think I remember it being with the Rothide Knolls, or maybe it's just scattered around. I don't know. We also need to kill warriors. We need to kill Darkhounds. There's the rare Lost Soul. Drops the Wispy Cloak, I think it's called, if I remember correctly. I've done this area many, many times. What are we thinking, guys? What should we do now? Go and kill some Scarlet Warriors. I've got about 20 minutes before we park the first stream, so what I'm going to do is I'm just join the chat now. We're only going to be streaming for another half an hour, but do not be worried, because I'm going to be stopping the stream. I need to run some real-life errands. I need to take Louisa out to her work Christmas do, which I hope she has a good time. And then I will come back, and I will do a second stream in the afternoon, which I will be able to schedule a bit better, so you'll know when we're going to go live. It'll probably be about 1 o'clock, something like that, 1:30. Server time EU, that is. So I will schedule it, and we will come back and we will continue the adventure. I want to get to at least level 10 today. I know that's like very easy to do. If we can, it would be really good to get to level 15 and to do an RFC run. To do that, It would be sick. So that's the goal. That is the goal. For now, I think that if we can try and get these Scarlet Warriors killed, clear that quest out, that area is quite far away from everything else we've got. Once we get that done, then we'll know where we stand. We'll be able to park up in the Inn in Brill, get a little bit of rested XP, you know how it is, see where we're at. They gave you this sword for completing the Scarlet quests in Death Knell, and it is a beast of a sword. It is really nice. Look at the size of it. It's called a bastard sword, but I mean that is not a bastard sword. That is a big boy sword. That is a berserk sword right there. It'd be like Guts if he stopped working out and contracted some sort of disease. Yeah. If anyone can remind me where the Doomweed is, by the way, that would be very helpful. Right, so back to the mage discussion. It certainly wasn't the most proficient healer by a considerable margin, however they excelled in situations where the group didn't require extensive healing damage, haste and dungeon clears. I'm assuming that you're talking about Cataclysm Disc Priest. And I can understand that, that's a good point. I can imagine that it's the sort of thing that if we had like Mythic Plus, personally I'm not too bothered about, I'm not a big fan of Mythic Plus, personally. But, oh no, that's a level 8, we don't want to fight this guy. We don't want to fight this guy. I don't know why I've done this. Terrible arrow. Well, to be fair, we're level 6 now. All around the forest. Fantastic. Couldn't remember whether or not they were in a specific location. I think that's the next quest where you kill the Rothhide Gnolls. Remind me to get some professions, by the way, when we're back in Brill. I want blacksmithing and mining. I just love the idea of having blacksmithing and mining. Here's a quick question for you guys before we go back to talking about the mage healer. Do you think they'll do runes related to crafting? Do you think that there will be runes which you can either like create through crafting, or that you can apply to crafted gear, or that you can use to embellish your crafting ability, like rune of swordsmith or something like that, that would allow a, you know, like that would allow a craftsman to make better swords by choosing that rune? Because I really like the idea of that. Kind of almost making it a bit like some sort of Ring of Power type thing in Lord of the Rings. I think that would be really cool. But yeah, back to the idea of the mage healer. I can imagine having a healer that's also good at DPS would be very good for dungeon clear, fast clears of things. I can imagine it's the sort of thing that would work really well if you were trying to do like world firsts and stuff. If the damage output's good and the healing's good enough for your other guildmates to survive. Because you're obviously doing a lot of damage as well as healing. But at the same time, I don't know, it seems like quite a niche thing. I don't understand, like if you had a choice between a mage who was a healer, and a mage who was a pure DPS, you know, the mage is known as the big boy DPS. It's like the caster DPS of WoW. No, I don't know. My hope though, ultimately, is that much like in actual Classic, when you've got 40 people doing a raid, people play whatever they want. Because, look, the raids aren't hard. This game is about the slow build of content, developing your character, getting more gear, working your way up, interacting with other people and making a name for yourself, hopefully in a good way. It's not about demonstrating that you're like an elite gamer who can, you know, do ridiculous clicks per minute and all this kind of stuff. It's not that kind of game. Good question. I know we can craft epics for level 25 though, and runes can be applied to them. So obviously we can apply runes to stuff we craft because, yeah, you know, the runes just go in certain slots, so that makes sense. But I do like the idea that you could use runes. There could be runes that would like make you a better crafter, or make you a more specific crafter. Because vanilla had that element to it, you know, where you could go down specific pathways. I like the idea of them using the runes more than just combat. It will make it far more unique. Level 7. Get in. Moving on up, boys. Moving on up. I wonder how big the queue will be when I try to log in later. That's the question. I will schedule the stream for like at least half an hour after I get back from my errands, so I have time to get in. Hopefully we won't be waiting that long for the queue. But I don't mind a little bit of a queue. Builds a bit of hype. Oh, they shouldn't have done this quest. The Scarlet Warriors being slain left, right and centre. Dudes everywhere. So many undead play casters too. Imagine if you were playing like Orc, it wouldn't be so bad. But then again, you'd have hunters. Oh, hunters pulling every mob in the entire world. Very difficult to deal with. Don't spawn down there. Epics crafted at level 25. That is interesting. I am definitely going to make blacksmithing my... Oh, dude, fantastic. Where are we at? Yes, this is what I needed. But yeah, I'm definitely going to go blacksmithing. I love the idea of being like an undead warrior who crafts his own weapons. I love the roleplay. You know it. You know that Bulgrin loves the RP side. Where are we at? Where my boys at? What made me roll Horde? Okay, so generally speaking, Raph, I am a Horde player. That's kind of like my go-to. But part of the reason is that I played Alliance on the last playthrough that I did with my friend Tim. So, you know, on the channel you'll see there's quite an extensive playthrough on the Alliance. I think I got to like level 50 by the time getting around to the Season of Discovery content. That's where I started. Because it's really hard to play Classic WoW, put the time into it, and also make content. So, like, a big part of why I'm really glad that I'm going to stream. But because I played Alliance for that playthrough, I wanted to go back to being Horde. And given that I intend to play this for quite a long time, if it's as good as I hope, then I'd rather be on the faction that I care about the most, if that makes sense. I do love the Alliance though, don't get me wrong. And ironically, despite the fact that I'm playing Horde, the class that I am most excited for Season of Discovery is absolutely the Paladin. I'm so happy that the Paladins got what they deserve, is viable DPS and viable tank. I'm not so sure about how it actually plays. You know, like I would have preferred it if they'd gone with a more vanilla style of Paladin. But I'm just glad that they're getting the option. Because, you know, those Paladin players, it's like the two-handed enhancement situation. Those guys love their class. They love the idea of being able to play rep. So, you know, more power to them. Your blood runs blue. Well, that's fair enough, my friend. But if you do want to join us on Chaos Bolt, you know, the option's always there. The option's always there. I am going to just go around Iron Forge though. Hold IF is on where it's at. Right, we're taking our time here, aren't we? 7 out of 10. At least we've got a group going. Though I don't think the guy's inviting you. Where are our boys? Coming around. I wonder what the least played race class combination is in Season of Discovery. It's got to be Gnome, right? Gnome something. Gnome Warrior, probably. 8 out of 10. Good stuff. Also, like, it's a really cool feeling as an EU player when they put all of the different EU countries in the I always used to really love it when you had, like, we're talking Spanish, French, German, and especially the Swedes advertising for guilds on the server. I always loved that because you felt like you genuinely had, like, a proper worldwide community on a server, and that really helped for me, like, build that sense of server community in a strange way. Maybe it's just me. Okay, got 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. We are so slow with this sword. I know it's big hitting, but we are really slow. But there we go, told you. Suka Svenska Spelare. Right, let's get back to Brill, guys. What we will do is, we will get back to Brill, hand in our 2 quests. We will park up in the inn. And we will start thinking about when we're going to go live in the afternoon stream. That's where it's going to be at. Hopefully there'll be a few more people around. A few more guys will have woken up. Some of the NA guys will be around. Some of the EU guys will be around. We can get playing. Where's Frexibu at now? Frexibu, you're still only level 4? Dude, what happened, man? You still stuck scavenging goods in Death Knell? That's so 2 hours ago, man. What's happened? I feel bad for anyone still stuck in the starting area. It's going to be rough. guys. It's going to be really rough. We'll deal. We'll deal. Here's the question as well. Can I get all of the dark blood that I need whilst I'm out here? Can I get... Oh, there's one. Probably can. I only need 3 more. I can totally get it before we get back to Brill. And then we'll be in a really good position. Oh, my friends, this haven't updated. You're almost level 7? Dude, you're absolutely pacing me. Warlock height. Joe is stuck in death now. Oh god. Do not envy you, man. I know that Rex, you're playing Warlock, aren't you? How are you finding it? What runes did you get early on? Was it Haunt? Silent Night, love it. Hey, looking forward to later. I'm playing Shaman on Wild Growth, and they put in a lot of effort to make rune discovery based on RP. Lots of random nature occurrence. I love to hear that, man. Honestly, Shaman is probably the next thing we're going to make. Once we get to level 25, once we're, you know, in the zone with the warrior. But I'm really good to hear that. Silent Night, it's really good to see you here, man. Really happy that you're on the channel. If you are around later on, I will be streaming. It will be like 1:30 UK time, so probably about 2:30, 2 o'clock server time EU. I think over in the US it's going to be like early morning on Saturday. So hopefully, you guys, you'll be having your, you know, your pancakes. Be having my pancakes and maple syrup for breakfast, watching a bit of the Vulgrin stream. That's what I hope. You NA bros out there, having to put up with my cringy North American accent. Raph, you're at level 20. Dude. Putting me to shame. Absolutely putting me to shame. Yeah, you got Haunt, and it's super powerful, I can imagine. Instant low mana spell that heals and damage. See, this is the question. Is it gonna, like, completely change the way that vanilla plays? Because all of these spells to make the game feel more involved for combat. How is it going to feel when you're going into like a really basic dungeon where the enemies have like one mechanic? You're pumping out spell after spell after spell. That's what concerns me. But we'll have to see. They'll balance things. They'll balance things. I wish that they implemented more mechanics for every dungeon. I know that would be a massive amount of work. And this is the thing. We keep talking about Classic Plus. Classic Plus would be a titanic effort. Can you imagine having to design new content for a game that's 20 years old? And enough new content to keep people playing said game. It's a difficult ask for the best of times. Mexico Man says, this is carnage. Can't get a mob tag. Vintage classic experience. Yeah. Does remind me of the launch. Does remind me of the launch. Okay, we've got our Dark Blood. Let's go back to Bro. Let's head back to Brill. Remind me what you're playing again, Mexico. Are you playing, did you say that you were also playing a mage? Is that right? Or did I not ask you? Apologies if I can't remember. Yeah, I think that the permanent server idea is a really good one. The question is, would they build on those permanent servers or just keep them static with none of the, like, just with the changes that were already implemented? Because if they take those permanent servers and then continue to grow them with new stuff, I think they could have something very special here. It might be that, you know, if we think of Season of Discovery as a Classic plus beta, are we, much like a beta, going to see the game just like morph out of Season of Discovery rather than being like a new thing? I think it's probably a good idea if they do that. The question will be what the reviews are of like the rune system along, because it is gonna like polarize the community. It already has. Like, you know, I did my SOD hype video and we had people who were in the comments, you know, genuinely, they weren't trolling,
quickly.
who were like really unhappy with the
Remember,
direction they've taken.
patience,
I can understand it.
discipline.
It's very difficult for you to
Our
please
time.
everything, especially with a game like Classic WoW, which is so beloved. Zygans, Johan, I think we Johan. I think he's inside here. Rhett Pally, yeah. Rhett Pally. How are you finding Rhett, Mexico man? Are you finding it good?
This
I'm
had
assuming you
better
get
be
Crusaders
good.
right at like level 2.
Victory for
That'll be your
Sylvanas.
level 2 rune, isn't it?
Beware the...
But we've got to sell. We've got a ton of stuff in the bags.
What is it? Beware.
The Zealots. What have we got
What
here?
now?
No Demise. Yep.
Embrace.
Pick up as many quests as we can. Sell.
I have exactly what you need.
I'm sounding a bit sexual. Said that. Don't know if you do have exactly what I need. That crude thing, how much damage did it do? If I just sell some damage that... Oh. Yes, I totally did. Sell that. Let's sell this. We're not going to need this hammer, so get rid of that. Oh, sorry, not buy back. Sell. Keep the linen cloth. We're going to need to pick up first aid shortly. I'll keep the buckler for now. And I'll get rid of the war short sword because it's rubbish. Keep the stringy wolf meat for cooking. There. So we still got it. And yes, we want this sword.
Watch your
But the
back.
sword looks crap compared to the one we had before. Oh no, it's the exact same model. Of course it is. Welcome to the club. What else do we have to do here? Fields of Grief. Okay, yeah, so we've handed in everything that we've got. Okay, before we go, let's pick up. Where's the trader? I thought blacksmithing trader was here.
I'm listening.
Oh, the blacksmith trader was here.
What
What's going on?
would you...
If I have to go into the Undercity. Yeah, right. Well, if I have to, I will. I shall go into the Undercity. But I will pick up first aid whilst I'm here. We've got a little bit of silver. We can afford it. Pick up first aid.
What is it?
Food and cooking as well. Not sure why as an undead I care about cooking, but let's do it.
What is it?
And when we come back, we're going to be doing the Agaman Mills quests, which are among my favourites in the entirety of Classic WoW. An absolutely epic chain of quests that, again, does a great job of bringing you into an understanding of what the Forsaken are all about.
What do you require?
Where's the cooking train here? That's what I need to know. Let him cook. Where is she? She's not here? Surely the first in, right? Gotta be. Gotta be in the first in somewhere, surely. Where's the little kind of thing where you can put on search tool stuff? Where's that gone? Down below, or he, for that matter. Or is there just not one? Oh! Didn't get my chance. Maybe the cooking train is just in the Undercity, eh? It kind of makes sense that there isn't one in this inn. I mean, they are the undead. Yes. Gentlemen. My friends. It has been a truly epic beginning. I've had a great morning with you all. Thank you all so much for coming. We will be streaming this afternoon, as I've said several times now. I will schedule it once this stream ends. So if you are around, if you want to see more, please join. I've had a great time, and hopefully I can keep you entertained. But for now, you are playing Seasonal Discovery. Hope you have a great time. And I will see you guys all very soon. This afternoon, in fact. All the best, guys. Bye-bye.